Good evening, everybody. Welcome to KUMB TV's Eyes Up Mother Brown. Tonight, I'm joined by, well, no one actually. It's me, myself, and I live on the stream because most of the other chaps are at the game or busy elsewhere this evening. So I hope you'll be keeping me company throughout the evening for what is a monumental tie in West Ham United's history, a home game against Olympique Lyon, and a chance for West Ham to progress to the semi-finals if, and it's a big if, we can knock out the French side over two legs. First leg, of course, tonight at the London Olympic Stadium. Good evening to everybody joining me on the live stream. It's going to be a little bit different tonight because, as I said, I'm on my own. So I'm trying to do all the usual technical bits and bobs as well as communicate with you guys. But bear with me. I shall do my best to try and keep you all entertained and up to date. Predictions. I asked you a little earlier for some predictions, and we've got some in. CD, hi CD, going for a 1-0 win to West Ham. And yeah, it's the only one so far. But anyway, if any of the rest of you guys joining me on the stream have got a prediction, let me know. Let me know what you think. Can the Hammers do it tonight? Or is it going to be another night of misery? The game's underway. We've kicked off. Well, we're about to kick off. And just making sure the stream. Have you all got a stream? Everyone got a working stream? If you haven't, feel free to dive onto the KUMB.com forum. There is the live stream thread there, which you can all take advantage of if you haven't got a stream. And if you don't want to sit here and listen to me bang on all night about the game, we are underway. The place has taken the knee. And interestingly, the clock on my stream seems to be wrong. I don't know if, I have got the BT stream. And they've kicked off and it was already reading 14 seconds on the clock. Steve Palmer, hi Steve, good to see you on the stream going for a 1-1 draw tonight. Let me know, what do you think about that? Is it absolutely imperative that we win this game tonight? Or, it's not so long ago, of course, we played another French side in European competition. Metz back in 1999, I think it was, wasn't it, when we played them in the Intertoto Cup and we had to rely on that 3-1 win, another memorable European night in France to progress through to the first round of the UEFA Cup proper, as it was back then. But yeah, I mean, David Moyes was making that point earlier, wasn't he? That it isn't absolutely vital that we win this game tonight. He did stress it was important that we didn't lose. But he seemed to feel that a draw might be enough to take to southern France in the second leg next week. Let me know what you think. Anyway, now West Ham kicking on our screens from left to right. I'll run through the teams in just a minute. Hi, David. Good to see you on the stream. 3-1, David says. We'll take that all night long, wouldn't we? I'm going to run through the team for you very, very quickly now. West Ham starting with Areola in goal. Fredericks staying in at right back. Zuma and Dawson at the centre. Cresswell left back. Rice and Souček forming the pair in the centre of the field. Benrahma, Bowen and Fornells playing across the attacking area of midfield behind Mikhail Antonio. On the bench tonight, Lucas Fabianski, Randolph, Elise Diop, Soufal, Masuaku, Ben Johnson back in the squad, but not selected. Alex Kroll, Mark Noble, Niko Vlasic, Andrei Yarmolenko and Sonny Perkins. For Lyon tonight, they start with Lopez, Gusto, Boateng, Lakiba, Emerson, Mendes, and Ndombele, Favre, Paqueta, Aouar, and Dembele. On the bench, Polospek, Bonivi, De Silva, Denaya, Henrique, Dubois, Ryan Adelaide, Barcola, Cadovere, Tete, and Toko Akambi, who of course we thought was going to be out of the game tonight with COVID. We thought he'd be ruled out, but he's back in the squad. Has recovered, but obviously not fit enough to play. Ryan Fredericks has just made a very strong challenge right on the halfway line on the Lyon number 8 there. But fortunately on Aouar, I think you pronounced that. But fortunately, he's not been penalised, and Lyon just have a free kick on the halfway line. Long ball play down the left channel, but it's gone right through to Areola. What do you think about Ryan Fredericks being in the team tonight, folks? David Moyes said that was to counteract the pace of Lyon's attack in his pre-match interview just before the game. And just wonder what you felt. Ben Johnson, of course, is believed to be fully fit, but rested. Of course, Ryan played on Sunday against Everton, did a decent job. But yeah, let me know what you think on that one. West Ham attacking down the right-hand side, looking to Thomas Souček looking to find Ryan Fredericks, but it's a little bit strong, and the ball's just gone out for a Lyon goal kick. So poor Ryan Fredericks has got to trot all the way back to his right-back position for the goal kick. A game of 4 quarters, says Steve Palmer. It's a marathon not sprint. Very good way of looking at it, Steve. I think it's going to be a very, very tough fight. You fancy it? You fancy West Ham tonight? You think this is going to be a step too far? I mean, it's interesting to note that a lot of the bookies have got the Hammers down as favourites for this game, which of course wasn't the case in the last match against Sevilla. But I just wonder how that'll affect West Ham. You know, obviously we seem to do traditionally better, don't we, against the big clubs as underdogs, which isn't the case tonight. Strong-looking Lyon team. Have you seen much of them this year? Do you know anything about them? Let us know in the chat. Steve Palmer again saying Ryan Felix did okay in his last outing, touch more experienced than Johnson's. A fair point, Steve, I think. And did okay, made a couple of errors, didn't he, against Everton on Sunday, which he sort of had to use his pace to atone for. But other than that, he had a pretty decent game, I felt, and probably worth his place in the team tonight. But anyway, 4 minutes gone. West Ham nil, Lyon nil. I'll also be bringing you up to date with what's happening elsewhere in the Europa League when I've got the games up. We're just seeing Lyon break on the right hand side now. Break into the third. Deep ball delivered into West Ham's box, but Alphonse Areola puts his hands up and just lets the ball fall out of play for a goal kick. Lyon looking to start with intent. Looking quite lively, certainly not sitting back as Sevilla did in the last leg, in the second leg here. Also, do you think that's going to affect West Ham playing at home in the first leg? How much of a hindrance do you think that will be, having to go to France for the second leg? Of course, whatever happens tonight, whichever team fares worse has got the opportunity to make up for it in that second leg, 7 days from now. But anyway, West Ham breaking on the left-hand side. Saïd Benrahma on the ball. The overlap from Aaron Cresswell. Will he find him? Yes, he does. It's a bit of a short ball. And the boys played out for a West Ham throw on by Gusto, the fullback. Evening, Connor. Good to see you on the stream. Let us know what you think of the how it's going to go tonight. 5.5 minutes in. West Ham with the ball. Michail Antonio dispossessed. And Lyon looking to break on the right-hand side now. Declan Rice moves over just to watch the ball and manages to win the ball back. And West Ham looking to break again. Hobo got a stream, but as usual, miles behind. Keep a lookout on KUMB Hobo to see if there are any others pop up. Yes, Connor, I am on my own tonight. All the rest of the team is at the game. It's actually the first time I've ever decided to fly solo. I wasn't sure whether to do it or not, but we'll give it a go and see how it goes. You guys, I'm sure, can keep me company throughout the evening. Being on my own does mean I'm going to take a break at half time. So none of the usual half time discussion going on, as I'll be going to rest my voice box for 20 minutes or so while that happens. But apart from that, yeah, it's going to be business as usual. Ball comes in from the left-hand side from Lyon, but it again floats harmlessly out for a West Ham goal. Lyon looking quite bright so far. But West Ham coping admirably with everything that's thrown at them at the moment. Jared Bowen looks up for it, says David O'Rourke. Yeah, I mean, David Moyes made that point, didn't he, David, earlier in the week that, and Jared, of course, spoke about it himself on the club's website, saying how disappointed he was to miss out on those 2 ties against Sevilla and how he's really buzzing, I think was the word that was used for this tie tonight. Saïd Benrahma losing possession. This is dangerous. Lyon breaking with pace, but he's done really, really well. Full credit to Benrahma, who's got all the way back, chased all the way back some 35, 40 yards to win possession back for the Hammers and ensure that there's no shot coming in. Yes, David, he did very well, didn't he? Where are you watching the game, folks? Are you at home? Are you at work? Are you in the pub? Or perhaps one or two of you are at the game and have got the stream on. Let me know in the stream where you're watching the game tonight. And yeah, presume you're all tucked up at home. What's the weather like down south at the moment? Is it? It's pretty chilly up here in the Midlands tonight. Winds of about 40 miles an hour today, which have made sure it's been a pretty nasty day outside. I had a few hailstones earlier. Lots of rain in that sort of day. But it's what April used to be like that every day, didn't it? Back in the day, lots of rain. Of course, April showers and all that, but what with global warming and that, it's all sort of changed a bit over recent years. But definitely a traditional April day, perhaps a little bit on the chilly side, but definitely lots of April rain. West Ham with the throwing. 8 minutes gone. Ryan Fredericks takes it, gives the ball away straight away, and Lyon looking to build. But West Ham doing a pretty good job of it so far. Now, just seen a shot of tonight's referee. Now, I don't know if you saw the story on KUMB earlier today about tonight's official. A German referee called Felix Zveyer. Now, Mr. Zveyer was in quite a bit of trouble many years ago. I mean, he's 41 now, but when he was 23, he was actually suspended by the DFB, the German Football Association, for accepting a, I'd say bribe, but a payment by another official for a game in 2006. €300, I think, was the sum he accepted. And it got him a 6-month ban by the DFB from all matches. Just seen a shot coming from Lyon, but it's well blocked by Thomas Souček. Now, he's not really been a controversial figure over the years. And of course, he's now on UEFA's list of top referees. What do they call it? A UEFA elite category referees, Mr. Zveyer. But of course, he was in the news again last year when Jude Bellingham, I think it was, accused him of, should we say, being a little bit generous to Bayern Munich in a 3-2 defeat for Dortmund in a Bundesliga fixture last year, and referred to the incident. And of course, Mr. Zveyer is back in charge again tonight. Of course, the official that we had, Mr. Turpin, for the. Oh, hang on a sec. This is dangerous. Lyon breaking down the left. It's played into the centre. Oh, and that's close. That is close. I think Lyon are claiming a corner. I don't think it's been given. It's been given as a goal kick with the ball. Ball's played down the left channel. No one covering the run. Declan Rice beaten to it. It comes across. Craig Dawson seemed to let it go, and the ball came into the centre. And, well, it's a real chance for Lyon. Best chance of the night so far. No, I think it's actually come off the Lyon striker and gone out for a goal kick. But West Ham got to be a little bit careful here. Of course, as we said, it wouldn't be the end of the world if we did concede a goal in the early stages or at all tonight. But just got to be careful. Certainly don't want to concede one this early on. But weather in Southend, place I know very well, Steve. 10 degrees, but dry for now. Jim Soy saying, "Oh, Southend on Sea, I remember the Kurzel." Yeah, me too, actually, Jim. I remember as a kid spending Saturday mornings down there in the arcades. I actually used to start at the top of the hill where is it the Palace Hotel? And there would be some machines. There was an arcade there in the hotel foyer. And we'd start in there, Scramble, Pac-Man, I think, and that sort of thing, going back a long time. And then we'd work our way down the hill along to the end and end up by the curves, where back in those days they had. Do you remember the what the butler saw machines? You'd put your 10p in, and it'd be like looking through the peephole, the keyhole, and there'd be a scantily clad young lady in black and white removing her wares. No age check on those things in those days, but yeah. Kurz, of course, famous as a music venue as well. Lots of big names played down there in the day, didn't they, in the 70s? Especially Dr. Feelgood. They had a bit of an affinity, I think, with the place. Canby's finest back in the day. Steve, actually, I do. Steve's saying, as long as you don't remember the fairground at the Kurz, you're not that. I do remember it, actually, because they used to have, what's that thing called? It's like a barrel where you stand on the side and it spins. What's that thing called? And you stick to the edge. They had one of those in there, and they also had, someone will remind me what that's called. And they also had the most rickety, dangerous-looking roller coaster I've ever seen in my life. It had 2 or 3 points where you kind of looked as if he was going to go off the edge. You were like 30 foot in the air, and it looked like he was going to go off. And it didn't. It kind of turned sharply back on itself. And but yeah, sadly, it's all flats now, isn't it? Of course, and housing development. And is it a Tesco's Extra or something? I think the bottom of the Kurzel, the front end near the roundabout where you used to go in. 68 years young, Jim. Well, you got a few on me there. Been in Australia since '69. Well, yeah, it's definitely changed a bit since those days. Steve saying not opposite by the stripper pub behind it. Well, I don't know that place. What's the pub? What's the pub just up the road from there? Oh, by the Wimpy. Can't think what it's called. Someone will remind me anyway. But anyway, I digress. 13 minutes gone. West Ham United 0, Lyon 0 at the London Olympic Stadium. West Ham yet to create a chance. And Lyon have looked the brighter of the two sides so far. Not really. Again, they haven't really had a shot, but a couple of dangerous-looking deliveries in from out wide that have just gone out to nowhere. And then that one opportunity a few minutes ago that came into the box and was met by the Lyon striker. And fortunately for West Ham, went out for a goal kick. But yeah, West Ham not seeing an awful lot of the ball at the moment. Yes, Steve. Steve's saying Tesco's is on one of the front slots now. Yes, yes, I remember going there a few times. Before leaving the area, but yeah, fond memories of Southend Seafront down in the day. Was it Peter Pan's, the where the go-karts were at the front by the pier, and then what was the boat? There was the boat there with the waxworks inside, and the axe going up and down. Quite a scary thing, you know, when you were a 10 or an 11-year-old. But anyway, West Ham looking to break. Pablo Fornel's looking to find Ben Rama. It's eventually come to invite Thomas Souček, but Souček has conceded a free kick, and a Lyon player is rolling around on the floor in mock agony. Not quite sure why. Just caught each other's knee. Souček, of course, being the brave man, didn't even flinch, and the Lyon player, whose number I can't quite see, it's number 16, Favre, going down as if he'd been shot. Yes, Steve. Yeah, I know the boat has gone, and the go-karts. And what else was there? I know they're long gone now, unfortunately. Crooked House. That was it, wasn't it? There was a Crooked House in there as well. Just by the go-karts. Used to spend a fortune on those go-karts back in the day. That would always be our little journey from the top of the hill down through the arcade machines. Got to the bottom, then we'd turn right and we'd go into the pier and go on the cars. But Saïd Benrahma burst into the box. It's a great chance. Forces a good save from the Lyon keeper Lopez, but West Ham still with the ball. Pablo Fornel's cuts into the box. His attempted shot is blocked and cleared, but that's only come as far as Aaron Cresswell. West Ham looking dangerous for the first time in the game tonight. Just make a note of that. Be back in a second. But the crowd are up for that. You can hear the crowd. They enjoyed that. Benrahma getting into the box. Shot saved by Lopez. But wouldn't it be great to get a goal? It certainly calm a few nerves if we could get one reasonably early. But Lyon looking to counter now. Ryan Fredericks has done really well to hold them up. Actually, sorry, that's a fly. I've not farted or anything like that. So that's a fly flying across the screen. The cage. Was it the cage hobo? The rides vomit inducing. They certainly were. Certainly were. Crazy golf there now, Steve, is there? Not quite the same, is it? There was also, if you went to the other side, so you had the go-karts like there and the Crooked House, and then there was the pier there. And if you went to the other side, they used to have trampolines there. Anyone remember the trampolines that were there? Right by the boating lake. And there was about 10 of them. Or 9 probably, because it was a 3x3, if I remember rightly. And you could jump around on the trampolines and then go and sink in the boats on the boating lake after. But of course, it's a big park now, isn't it? Down there, changed an awful lot over the years, Southend. But isn't the hill crumbling, or do I remember that rightly? There was up by the Palace Theatre, some of the hill there started to fall away, erode. Could be wrong. Anyway, let me know. Steve Palmer says a lot of the seafront smells of vomit now. Well, we'll come back to that in a second. Lyon bursting into the box. Craig Dawson's come across to tackle Dembele, who's pulled the ball back. This is dangerous. West Ham in a bit of trouble. There's a shot coming in. It's blocked by Craig Dawson. Hands go up. Lyon want a free kick for handball. It's not going to be given. It was kicked at Dawson from point blank range, but Lyon's still looking dangerous. The ball works out to the left-hand side. There's a shot going to come in. It's played down the left-hand side. It's going to be pulled back by the fullback, but it's a poor delivery, and Declan Rice can clear. But West Ham got to be a little bit careful here. Now, that's a great touch from Antonio, and it's 2v2 now. Now, what can Pablo Fornel do? Michail Antonio through. Can he score? Can he shoot? It's good work. It's a good shot. Antonio's got the shot in, but, it's a bit like that goal against Everton on Sunday, wasn't it? Even though he's one-on-one with the goalkeeper, you haven't really got any great confidence that he's going to put the ball in the back of the net. It's good work by West Ham. Lovely work between Fornells and Antonio. But it's really, to be fair, to his credit, it's fantastic defending by, who is that? So is that the keeper? possibly making a great challenge. But it's a West Ham corner. No, it's not. It's a throw-in. And Ryan Fredericks will take it. But better, much better from West Ham. Evening Polaroid, good to have you on the stream, buddy. Hope you're doing well. You haven't missed much so far. It's 0-0. We've been talking about roller coasters and smelly seafronts so far. Talking of smelly seafronts, I don't know about the vomit thing for Southend, but I was in Brighton the year before last on Valentine's Day. Actually, we went to see I can't think of his name now. Mark Draper. Is it Mark Draper? The lead singer from Manson, who was doing a solo gig down there, playing some old Manson tracks. And I took the wife down there for a night. And all we could smell was weed. The whole place stunk of Brighton. It absolutely reeked wherever you went. And I know it's quite prevalent, in towns and cities wherever you go these days. But I was shocked by wherever you went in Brighton, you could smell it. But anyway, there you go. Smelly seafronts. Haven't done that one before on the live stream, have we? We're just seeing that Ben Rama chance again. It's a great long ball from Craig Dawson, almost like one of those passes that James Collins used to play. That 45-degree pass from one edge of the corner box to the other side under Sam Allardyce. Dawson does that quite frequently, doesn't he? He's got that down to a T. Nice ball in. Ben Rama racing him, but unfortunately couldn't get his shot away in time. Now West Ham are in trouble here, and that's great work from Lucas Fabianski. A through ball, caught the West Ham defence a little bit flat-footed, but Alphonse Areola on his toes sharp to come out of his penalty box and get there before. I think is that Boateng? I think again, or Dembele. Is it Dembele? I think, but good work by Areola to come out. Steve says, "Be careful what you say about Brighton. Wasn't the Gooner just done for saying something homophobic?" I've no idea, but yeah, it's a funny story actually. It reminds me of talking about Brighton. A friend of mine, or it's actually a family member. Well, hang on, I'll come back to that in a minute. Lyon again on the edge of West Ham's penalty box. A shot comes in, but Declan Rice gets a block in, and it just rolls through to Alphonse Areola. Millwall fan, a family member from the other side, the wrong side of the family, told me once about a story how there was a complaint made. And let me get this story right. Was it a complaint made by a Millwall fan who thought that the Brighton fans were chanting Sieg Heil when in fact they were actually chanting Seagulls? I'm quite sure you could get that one wrong, but yeah, strange. Where are we? 21 minutes gone. West Ham 0, Lyon 0. The French side looking slightly better at the moment, but still no goals. West Ham have probably had the best chance, the most clear-cut chances anyway. Ben Rama and Antonio a few minutes later having good chances, good save on both occasions by Lopez, and well, it's actually the defender, the second one, a deflection. But yeah, West Ham starting to get into this game a little bit more, which we need, of course, even though there is a second leg. Any of you guys going out to France for the second leg? Let me know if so. I was in Spain for the Sevilla tie, but I will not be going out to France. Decided to give that a miss and hope that we get through to the semi. But here's another chance. Lyon wide on the left-hand side. Everything's coming down the left. It looks like they're targeting Ryan Fredericks. It's on the edge of the box. Lyon's still trying to work it in. Patient work, but Ryan Fredericks picks up the pieces. Now, we've just seen that. That's interesting. The Lyon player's gone to ground under a challenge from Fredericks. They've asked for a penalty, but the referee waves it away. Nothing given. So play continues. The ball cleared to Michail Antonio, who for a moment thinks he's through on goal, but he's closed down quick by three defenders, and doesn't get anywhere. And it's back up the other end again. Lyon now looking to push. We're exactly halfway through this first half. No goals yet. Lyon, as I said a few moments ago, looking slightly the better team, I think, so far. But still a long, long way to go yet in this tie. David's saying they are targeting our right. Hopefully Soufal has a half in him to teach them some manners. It certainly looks that way, doesn't it, David? Dawson is made for the Camp Nou, says Steve. Someone of his skill. Wouldn't that be something else to see Craig Dawson? When you think it's a little more than a year and a half ago, he was languishing in the reserves at Watford. In the second tier of the Championship, looking like his career might potentially been over, and then saved from that Vicarage Road hell. Well, hang on, this is a chance for West Ham. The ball found Ben Rama on the left, looked to pull it back, but his cross was too deep. It's got out and he's given offside anyway. But so, yeah, Craig Dawson. Well, wouldn't that be something else to see him step out against Barcelona at the Camp Nou, or the new camp, whichever way you say it, in a few weeks' time. Now, we've just seen that potential penalty again. Nothing doing, says the referee. I'm sure there was a lot in it. I mean, it's one of those where I don't think it was a penalty, but, you know, again, to coin that old phrase, you have seen them given. But nothing doing. So credit to our errant German referee. There I was saying that he, been in trouble before, but he's certainly done us a bit of a favour there tonight. 24 minutes gone. West Ham United 0, Lyon 0 so far. Steve, going back to South End Seafront, I think that is, isn't it? He's saying it's always sliding. Yeah, it's. They used to have. They still got the cable car, not the cable car. What is it? The thing that goes up the hill on the cable. Used to have a ride in that as well back in the day. Side Ben Rama on the left hand side. Can he get across in this time? Oh, he's run over the ball. It's just not working for him. And Lyon looked to break again. They're managing to break very, very quickly. This is interesting from Lyon. They're certainly confident. But the Hammers getting back in numbers just to try and avert the danger again. But Lyon again, it comes to the left-hand side, looking to break on this side. A little bit of patience now from Lyon. Got the ball some 35, 40 yards from goal. West Ham got good shape. Not quite 2 banks of 4, but more like a 4-5-1 there in defence. And Michail Antonio ploughing a lone furrow up front and doing lots of running like he did on Sunday against Everton. Works very hard. Excuse me. Yes, the cliffs are always threatening to slide, says Steve. The funicular railway is still there. Excellent word. No doubt that will slide down the hill one day as well too. But anyway, where are we? 26 minutes gone. Lyon just working the ball around. West Ham not able to get the ball at all at the moment. Just watching the opposition play. They've managed to get it to about 30 yards from goal. West Ham still holding firm. And there's a real opportunity for Lyon to work the ball out onto the right-hand side there, but they refused to do it. Didn't want to do it, which is interesting. And Ndombele eventually taking a shot from some. Well, it's difficult to tell exactly how far he's out because I've never noticed this before at the London Olympic Stadium, but the lines are going from end to end rather than across the pitch, so you can't. Oh no, that's not actually true. I'm looking at the pitch now, and that's interesting. It must just be the angle of the TV, but I'd say that was about 27, 28 yards out that shot, whistled wide of the right-hand post, and West Ham live again. There's a free kick given against Michail Antonio, and the defender having been spoken to by the referee. No card given. But you have to be careful now because any more of those, you might end up in the book. West Ham have a free kick about 10, 12 yards inside the Lyon half now. Just making a few notes. What can West Ham do from this set piece? A little bit far out for a direct delivery, but they're going to look to go out wide. Craig Dawson's going to get on the end of that, I think. No, he's not. Is Thomas Souček? No, he's not. And in the end, it all comes to nothing because a Lyon player is on the deck clutching his face. Yet again, another one in mock injury. Let's have a look. Was there anything in it? Craig Dawson looking to go up. Let's have a look. Well, I mean, Craig Dawson's put his arm across his face, and it's clearly not enough to cause the injury that the player is claiming he's received. Going down clutching his nose, he's not hurt at all, and he knows it. It's cynical, really, but he's won the free kick, and Lyon can build again. Hi, Rob. Good to see you on stream. Yes, it is just me tonight. You might want to go back to 5 Live. All the guys are at the game. DL is on a mission down on the south coast tonight, so he couldn't join us. working, taking pictures of people in the sea. Today he was, so he's unavailable this evening. So yeah, it's just me. I'm going to be joined hopefully at the final whistle by Gnome and the Pink Palermo from the stadium, so we can get their thoughts at the end of the game. But yeah, flying solo, Rob, today for the first time ever. It's an interesting experiment, but hopefully I've got you lot to keep me company and keep me entertained. Side Ben Rama, breaking down the left-hand side again, looking to release the overlapping Aaron Cresswell, but it's a poor ball. It's easily picked off by the Lyon defender. And Lyon looking to break again, and they're breaking quickly. Declan Rice is back. Are they going to come out to the left-hand side again? No, they're just holding the ball up. So we're seeing this quite a lot now. Lyon tactically, they're getting into advanced positions, but just holding the ball, trying to work the opening, trying to frustrate West Ham, maybe draw a foul or a yellow card. But no great intent to attack once they get. It's very interesting tactical approach. West Ham got numbers behind the ball, ensuring they don't get anywhere. But it ends up with a long ball played over the top, and it's straight through to Alphonse Areola. So interesting stuff there. Benny's David O'Rourke says Benny's doing my head in. Yeah, he's having one of those games at the moment, David, isn't he? He's getting into some good areas and making himself available, but it's just not happening for him. The ball's bouncing off every part of his body at the moment, apart from where you'd want to see it. But who knows? Let's hope he's got something in him a bit later in the game. We're a third of the way through. We are at that magical half-hour mark. West Ham 0, Lyon 0 now. I do believe we've scored a few goals around this mark in recent games. Benrahma floats a delivery into the box from the left. It's cleared only as far as Michail Antonio, who pulls the ball back to Ryan Frerichs. West Ham maintaining possession, looking to profit from it. I think that's going to be a throw into Lyon. Should have been. It's been given to West Ham. Yeah, it's goals between the 30th and 40th minute. We've had a few lately. Souček, of course, in the last leg. Well, let's see. Hang on. There's a ball delivered into the box. Who's going to get on the end of it? Cresswell, can he make it? No, he can't. Leon are going to clear. Yeah, Thomas Souček scored, didn't he, in the 39th minute against Sevilla, and we scored our first goal in that period. 32 minutes, I think. Cresswell's free kick on Sunday. So this has been a good part of the game for us in recent fixtures. Let's see if we can perhaps profit again in this next 10-minute spell. West Ham looking to turn the screw a little bit now. Declan Rice moves into the final third, has to check back and plays the ball from the left-hand side. Right, it's a fantastic ball to Ryan Frerichs, who takes it down brilliantly. Frerichs beats his man. Can he get the cross in? He can. It's only as far as the near post where it's cleared out for a corner. West Ham's first corner of the game. Craven, I'll come to that question about Vlasic very shortly, my friend. Just let's get this corner over with and see what happens. Of course, West Ham very, very strong from set pieces. This will be somewhere we're looking to profit. Jarrod Bowen's going to play it short. That's an unusual one. Will Declan Rice have a shot? He will. It's a poor one. Well, it's got through a whole crowd of bodies, and it's an easy save in the end for Lopez, who dives low to his right hand. So it doesn't even have to dive, just falls on the ball. But it's actually well worked from West Ham. And Declan Rice, if he'd managed to get a little bit more power on that, Lopez might have been picking the ball out of his net instead of on the floor in front of him. But different. Lyon certainly wouldn't have been expecting that from the Hammers. So good to see a little bit of variety. Nico Vlasic, Craven asking the question, do we think Vlasic will be sold in the summer? I don't think Moyes trusts him any longer. It'll be an interesting one. I personally, I'm not sure he will. I think David Moyes looks to work with these players for quite a period of time, doesn't he? We've seen the same with Fornals and Benrahma to a degree. I think I'd be surprised if he was Craven sold this summer. I think you might be seeing him here for at least another season, unless, of course, a substantial bid comes in, and I'm not sure anyone's going to really be in a position to do that at the moment, given we pay £30 million for him. Yeah, I think Moyes would like to give him another year and just see how he comes on. But you're right, he's certainly not pulled up any trees. But anyway, Benrahma on the left, can he deliver? It's another poor ball, but that's a really poor clearance by the defender, and he's actually put it out for another corner. So West Ham beginning to get a little bit closer. As I said, this is our favourite period of the game in recent matches, where we've profited extensively. And I'm expecting this corner to be delivered directly in rather than played short. But we'll see what happens. Yep, indeed it is. It's easily headed out though. And Dembele, it was who got the ball clear. Now Jared Bowen's made a complete slice of the ball, and it's ended up all the way back with Alphonse Areola. West Ham still in possession. Yeah, I'm not sure. I think Vlasic will probably be affording another season, Craven, just to see if he settles in at the club. I mean, it certainly hasn't been the, we would have expected a little more from him, wouldn't we, this year? I think Moyes would have expected a little more as well. We've seen that now. This is interesting. There's a Lyon player down on the floor. West Ham are playing on. They're not having any of it now, which is, I'm pleased to see that. But now it's Boateng who's on the floor, number 27, and it's not a head injury. So the referee's under no. Well, they're just making the point on the TV that it's he's not obliged to stop play in those circumstances. But he has, and the fans are absolutely furious. West Ham in a good position. The Hammers playing on as they are entitled to do so. And there's really no foul there at all. I mean, I don't know why the players actually hit the deck. I mean, he's not even hurt him. I mean, 4 nails has gone in. He's just, maybe there's a twist. There might be a little twisted ankle at the end for the Lyon player, but there's certainly no question of a foul. But disappointing that from the referee. He should really have played on. There's no reason to stop play in those circumstances. But he's done so. Boos ringing out around the London Olympic Stadium, not for West Ham, which is nice. But there's been a lot of that, hasn't there, so far? Lyon going to ground quite a lot, which isn't a surprise. I guess Sevilla did it a lot. In fact, a few of the Premier League teams have done it a lot recently, haven't they? What do you think about Vlasic, Craven? Let me know your thoughts, and the rest of you guys. Do you think he's likely to be sold this summer? Do you think Moyes will persist and give him at least another season? Let us know what you think. Would you like to see him stay on? Do you think he's got more in his locker? Let us know. Let us know your thoughts. Players resumed. 35.5 minutes gone. West Ham still with the ball in the Lyon half, looking for an opening. Nothing on at the moment, so just patiently probing, working the ball around. Now, the ball played out wide to Bowen, who's not managed to. Okay, that's interesting. He's not managed to get the ball. And Souček's put off tackling, and ball's gone out for a throw. And I thought it was a West Ham throw, but it's been given to Lyon. Boateng is up anyway, back on his feet, still shaking his leg. I'm not sure if there's anything in that. It looked like he might have twisted his ankle when falling. So if that was the case, then my apologies would go to him for pretending he was hurt. But still no reason for our German referee to stop the game in those circumstances. West Ham were in a strong attacking position, and it really should have let the play see itself out to see what transpired. But anyway, we're in the final 10 minutes of the half. Wouldn't it be great to get a goal now? Going to half time with an advantage would completely change the complexion of the game if we could, and also lift the crowd, which, to be fair, have been excellent so far tonight, as they have been throughout this Europa League competition. Said Ben Rahman working hard on that left side. Not able to do anything there at the moment, though. And it's a throw-in now to Lyon. So just looking at the subs, West Ham subs tonight. Yarmolenko, of course, that Vlasic will be mentioned. And Yarmolenko there. Not much else attacking-wise. Lanzini, of course, missing again, which is kind of concerning in a way, because David Moyes said in his pre-match press conference before the Everton game that he was fine after that incident, that car crash he was involved in last Friday. But of course, didn't appear on Sunday. Hasn't appeared again tonight. Well, of course, he's not appearing tonight because he's suspended. But let's hope he's back for next Thursday, and hope that everything's okay and that he's fine. David O'Rourke on Vlasic says we won't sell him. There is a player there, but it's taking him a long while to settle. I think I agree with that one. And it's a big change, isn't it, coming from the Russian Premier League to the English Premier League? A big step up in class, and obviously he struggled a little bit, but you'd like to think that Moyes would give him an opportunity. I guess that price tag is always going to be eating away at him. Of course, it's no fault of the player. That's the fee that West Ham decided to pay for him. But of course, that will be on the minds of many people. Steve saying that Benny is there quite a while to settle now, but still has too many more poor chances of play from him. I feel, yeah, he's a funny player. I mean, he's one that really divides opinion. He's kind of like the Marmite player of West Ham, isn't he? In some ways, Steve. Said Benrahma, he's got his followers, people who think he can't do anything wrong, and then there's others, one or two of whom may occasionally be represented on this stream, who don't have much time for him at all and feel that he's a player that we could do without and maybe should look to move on in the summer. Lyon breaking on that right-hand side. Craig Dawson standing up strong and making sure that nothing comes of it, and the ball played long to Michail Antonio, who, as I said, is ploughing that lone furrow up front. Huge challenge going in there, and a bit of a chest-to-chest between Emerson and Ryan Fredericks. Fredericks getting stuck in, didn't do anything wrong. It's just a strong challenge, and the Lyon player not liking Emerson, going chest-to-chest and eye-to-eye with Ryan Fredericks, and the German referee appears to be calling both over. I'm sure this will just be a word in both of their shell likes. Declan Rice also getting involved, telling Emerson that he's out of order, I think, will be the fairest way to describe that. And the referee calming it down. That's good refereeing, actually. He's just having a quiet word with both of them, telling them to knock it out. And yeah, nice to see. A bit of spirit in the game. Nothing wrong with that at all. Spencer, good to see you. Hope you're well. No goals if you're just tuning in and you haven't seen the score. 5 minutes before half time. It was at this moment in the last round against Sevilla that Thomas Souček put West Ham ahead in that time, set us on the way to that famous 2-0 win, which gave us the 2-1 aggregate win. In the top 10 European ties for West Ham. Number 9, I think it was today, in a piece I wrote for the site, top 10 West Ham European matches, knocking out one of the ties. Where was it? The tie in Croatia earlier in the year, which was in at number 10, knocked out by that win against Sevilla. Fantastic game, and one that I'm sure will long live in the memory of everybody who was there. Of course, everybody who wasn't there, joining us on the stream or watching it from elsewhere, that memorable 2-0 win. Hi, Eddie. Good to see you on the stream. Hope you're doing well, buddy. It is West Ham United 0, Lyon 0, 41 minutes on the clock. No real clear-cut opportunities for either side. West Ham had a couple of decent chances, maybe Said Benrahma the best chance from an acute angle. Seeing a shot, so now Declan Rice has given the ball away in a dangerous position. Emerson's taken a shot from some 23, 24 yards, and it's deflected off of, I'm not quite sure who that was. Let's have another look at that. It's a poor header from Declan Rice. Got it wrong for once there. And Kurt Zermit was stood strong and ensured that the shot missed the target. But it is a corner. I think this is Lyon's first corner of the match. What can they do from the corners? We'll find out here. Braga, as David O'Rourke has just mentioned on the stream there, have taken the lead in Portugal. 1-0 up. We'll come back to that in just a moment. The free kick on West Ham's right-hand side. The corner on West Ham's right-hand side. Kurt Zuma gets up. Not a very convincing clearance. Neither was the second one from Fredericks, but Declan Rice can look to break now. That's a little bit unfortunate. Try to get Said Benrahma away quickly. Couldn't do it, but that's a great ball. Now Benrahma's got behind. Can he put the ball across? Okay, couldn't do it, but it's a West Ham corner. Oh no, it's not. And Benrahma is perplexed by that, as I believe 60,000 fans inside the stadium who were convinced, as was I, that should have been a West Ham corner. Let's have another look at it again in slow motion. Yeah, I mean, it's just absolutely cast iron corner. There's no question about it whatsoever. Quite how the referee or the assistant has seen that as a goal kick is bemuses me. But there you go. It would have been a great time to have that set piece as well. For the Hammers, only 2 minutes of the half remaining, and put the visitors under a bit of pressure. But anyway, ball's back in play. Lyon looking to break, and that's a great tackle from Thomas Souček, and the Lyon player, as is their way, has just gone down pretending he's hurt. He's not hurt at all. There's no foul there. There's no challenge, and he knows it. And that's shocking stuff. And I hope the referee carries on with play now, because that's appalling. That's just and the referees decided to call it up for treatment to the player. And there's absolutely no, and this is Ndombele, and there's absolutely no injury to the player as well. As soon as the referees stop play, he's up on his haunches complaining about not being given a free kick. He didn't deserve a free kick. It was a fair tackle by Souček. He's got the ball, and Ndombele's just gone over his leg and pretended to be injured because his pride's hurt. I mean, it's just shocking play. Yeah, Souček's got the ball. There's nothing wrong with that challenge. The referee is 5 yards from the incident. He can see it. The boos once again ringing out around the London Olympic Stadium, but of course this will suit Lyon. This is the sort of game they want. They want to break up West Ham's flow and the play. Of course, very, very experienced in Europe, aren't they, Lyon? In the Champions League semi-finals only 2 seasons ago. Much experience in Europe in all competitions. But anyway, in the final minute of regulation time in the first half, West Ham, one more chance perhaps to try and open the scoring before the half-time interval. Declan Rice has the ball just inside the Lyon half. What can he do? Plays it down the left-hand side. Now, Ben Rama, can he get a cross in this time? Cuts inside, goes outside again. Can he get the cross in? It's not going to come. Should have got it in first time, really. Maybe delayed too long. Aaron Cresswell with the ball. He's going to try and cross it with his right foot. Well, he's got it over. It's an interesting looking cross, but you can tell he's a left footer from that. And West Ham still have the ball, but conceded possession again now. Jarrod Bowen does really, really well to win it back. That's interesting. And there's cheers from all around the stadium as Jarrod Bowen wins a free kick some 35 yards from goal on the right hand side. Not quite sure it was a foul, to be honest with you. I think the German referee's got that wrong again there. Nothing in that at all. I think it's a fair challenge. Let's have a look at that close up. Well, I mean, the guy's got his hand over Bowen. He's not impeding him at all. But the referee's seen it that way. So a set piece, West Ham a chance. This is almost identical to the one about 15 minutes ago that was given as a free kick against Craig Dawson. Exactly the same position. What's that, 24, 30, 36 yards or so, 37 yards from goal. Declan Rice, is he going to take it? Yes, Rice is going to sweep it in. It's not a great kick, and it hasn't got beyond the defence. And it's a wasted opportunity again from West Ham. And Lyon have a free kick. We're into added on time at the end of the first half. 2 minutes added on. And one of those has gone. So it looks like, barring anything very late in this half, we're going to go in on level terms. Craven asking if I know if the club will take up the option to find Areola. We know that that Moyes is keen. I think it's more the other way round, Craven, from my understanding, is that it's whether or not Areola wants to play second fiddle for another season to Lucas Fabianski, who, of course, has been offered that extra year on his contract, very much with a view of keeping him as the club's first choice goalkeeper. So I think that's just as much down to the Areola as it is the club. The fee, as we understand it, is going to be around 10 or 11 million pounds. Which is, it's a steal for a goalkeeper of his quality, and he's certainly proved his worth. Well, we're talking about the referee not giving anything or giving fouls that wasn't really anything in, and Bowen really should have been given one there on the edge of the. And this is a real chance for Lyon now. The ball's broke through. That's just ridiculous. Now, Cresswell's in trouble here. Cresswell's going to get sent off. Oh dear, oh dear. Now. This is something else. Oh, well. Now, that's a dive. I think that's a dive. Aaron Cresswell's been sent off. He can't believe it. I can't believe it. 60,000 people in the London Olympic Stadium can't believe it. David Moyes is furious on the sideline. Kurt Zouma, I think, is making the point that he was covering there. So at worst, it should have been a yellow card. And let's have a look at this incident again. Now, Cresswell comes across. Is there a foul? I don't think there's even a foul there. Let's have a look. Does he catch him on the ankle? No, he doesn't catch him. There's no foul whatsoever. Now that's appalling. That's disgraceful. That is absolutely disgraceful. Now Cresswell's where Cresswell's let himself down, he's put his hand out and grabbed the striker's arm. Not grabbed it, but what he's handling, he's taken it away. the striker's definitely felt it and just held himself to the ground, and he knows it. And there's a wink from the Lyon player. He knows exactly what he's done. But West Ham, it's in the third minute of added on time at the end of the half, and well, I mean, you know, the debate will rage at half time about what's happened there. Let me know what you think, but I think that's a yet another, obviously completely biased here, but to me that's just another blatant display of cheating. Cresswell out for the game. He's going to be out for the return leg. Now, David Moyes, lots of thinking to do between now and the half time. It's going to be a free kick. Again, I mean, let's come back to that in a minute. This is a really dangerous position to have the free kick. I mean, it could be absolutely dreadful for West Ham. We were just saying a couple of minutes ago, you know, unless something dramatic happens, they're going to go in level at the break. Well, let's just go for this free kick first of all. Really dangerous position, as I said. Here it comes. The shot comes in. It's looped off the head of a defender and gone behind for a corner. Will there be enough time to take it? Well, the referee says yes. I mean, 2 minutes were added on. We've played 4.5 minutes now of additional time. This is madness. But what do you think? What do you think? Was it a foul? I get the feeling that you're going to be with me on that one. I just got to point out, chaps, anyone using foul language on the live chat, I've got to hide your comments, unfortunately, otherwise YouTube would tell us off. So try to refrain from doing it. I know it's an emotive subject. Dembele's just had another shot. We're still playing on now. Another player's gone to ground in the box with his hands up, requesting a penalty. And the referee has given a free kick for a dive. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. It's almost as if he knows he's got it completely wrong there. We have now played 5 minutes and 7 seconds of added on time at the end of this first half, of which only 2 additional minutes were called. And it's all happened. It's all happened. Cresswell off. Oh. Now, does this change the complexion of the game completely? Do we now look to hang on for a draw and make sure we're still in the tie, of course? Or is this going to galvanise the team and make us even stronger in the second half? It's an injustice, I think it's fair to say. Now, 5 minutes and 38 seconds played. There's the halftime whistle. A huge chorus of boos from the fans. Pablo Fornals is remonstrating with the referee. David Moyes is waiting by the touchline, looking very cross. And no doubt we'll have a few choice words to say to our German official, who's decided to wait in the centre circle. Alphonse Areola is over there complaining as well, asking the referee why he's done it. I mean, the point is, Dembele, the point of impact is going away from goal. Kurt Zouma is covering. You could argue, I mean, you know, there's an argument that could be made either way, but it's a very, very harsh decision against West Ham. But it's that's fine, David. Don't worry about it. I fully understand. But West Ham have been undone again. We said very crafty, Lyon, very experienced team. They've seen it all before. But that won't win them many fans or favours playing like that. It's a clear dive. I mean, there's absolutely not enough contact by Aaron Cresswell to bring the player down. He's touched his arm. Cresswell's at fault. There's no, you know, you can't get away from the fact Cresswell shouldn't be doing things like that, but there's clearly not enough contact to bring the player down. Dembele's dived to the floor. It's a clear dive. The referee's fallen for it. Hook, line, and sinker. You reach your own conclusions from that. But the point is, whatever happens, West Ham are going to face playing a full 45 minutes, a full second half with only 10 men. What does Davy Moyes do? On the bench, Arthur Masuaku would be the obvious choice to come in at fullback, unless perhaps Moyes reverts to a 5 and puts Pablo Fornals as a wing back at the left. Could he do that? Who knows? Let us know what you think. I am going to actually take a little break for 10 minutes or so and go and whet my whistle, as it were, as I've been chatting alone for the last 45 minutes or so. Do stay with me, if you will, for the second half. And let me know what you think of what you've seen. What did you think of the first half overall? Were West Ham as good as we could have been in that half? Could we have done more? Of course, let me know your thoughts on that dismissal. And we shall resume just about 5 minutes before the second half. to take it up again. Until then, folks, I shall, as I say, I'm going to go and take a brief break. Someone phoning me there, and I shall catch you again in the second half. Until then, see you again very soon. Good evening, everybody. Welcome back. Ahead of the second half of tonight's Europa League quarter-final, first leg tie between West Ham United and Olympique Lyon. Nice. It's 0-0 at half-time. Of course, the big news, West Ham reduced to 10 men on the cusp of half-time. Aaron Cresswell receiving his marching orders for, well, not much of a challenge, was it? Let's be honest. But Dembele hurling himself to the floor on the edge of the penalty box, and the referee pulling out his card, straight red, for Cresswell, who marches disconsolately down the tunnel straight towards the changing rooms. David Moyes furious. Believe he's been booked for his reaction. And it's obviously got Hammers fans up in arms, because I'm just having a quick look at the KUMB.com forum, and we've got nearly 900 users online right now on the forum who no doubt are as furious as you guys are with what you've seen there in that at the end of the first half. Let's have a quick look back and see what you guys have been saying while I've been away. Craven confirming that Moyes has been given a yellow for berating the referee. Steve Palmer saying Dembele had a couple of yards on Cresswell. We should have let him go, but then he would have been at fault for not trying. Spencer Neal saying, silly by Cresswell, gave the opportunity, but then he was done anyway. Damned if he did, damned if he didn't. Aaron saying it's silly from Cress to even touch him, but that's all he's done. Touch him. It's a straight dive. I make you absolutely right. Tony Mitchell making sure he stays on the right side of YouTube's laws by referring to it as a dog turd decision. Rob Young, chickens, is that foul language? Excellent. Anyway, the setting off sounds like a swear word. Yeah, it was pretty dreadful, wasn't it? Shall we have a quick look at the KUMB.com forum match thread and see what people are saying? It's fair to say that everyone there is as up in arms as you guys on the live stream here are. Italian Hammer saying the referee probably has an I love Angela Merkel printed on his underwear cheating. Twonk, he gave us nothing all game so far. Prior to the Cresswell red, which was harsh in my opinion as it was not clean through on goal and only a slight touch. Bowen looked to have been fouled, yet we got nothing. I won't mention the feigning of injury that the referee's falling for. I hope we clatter them second half and give them something to really think about. Yeah, you get the feeling there might be a little bit of that coming for Lyon. But DC saying it's a yellow for the foul and a yellow for diving. How can it be both? Bend it like Rekpa saying the card should have been a yellow. The referee rewarding players for falling over as usual. It's the part of the game that sickens me. Dodger saying the crowd will be huge this half for West Ham. Johnson for Benny is the obvious sub. What do you think David Moyes should do? Should he stick with the players he's got? Maybe pull Pablo Fornals back to left wing back, go over 5, or sacrifice one of the forward players, maybe Said Benrahma for Masuaku to come in. I kind of quite fancy Arthur Masuaku in this game. It's the sort of game where he could pull out one of those crazy goals from the middle of nowhere and make himself a bit of a cult hero again. You know, one of those sort of triumph in the face of adversity kind of type scenarios where everything looks doom and gloom at the moment. But you know, can we pull it out the fire? What do you think? Do we hang on now for the draw and take them back to France and try and beat them with 11 men, or should we still go for the win and leave ourselves open to counter-attacks? It's a tough one, isn't it? If you're the manager in these circumstances, how do you play it? How do you get this right? Moyes, of course, done absolutely nothing wrong. The selection pretty much spot on tonight, but the antics of Lyon has been a disappointment, shall we say, so far. A good team like that, a good footballing team that can play well. They've disappointed me, and I'm sure they've disappointed you with the way they've played so far. Lots of cheating, diving, unnecessary feigning of injury. It's not good to see at this level, but yeah, let us know what you think. Mark Pierce saying that Benrahma's been poor so far. I'm happy to see him sacrificed. So there you go. Anyone else agree with Mark? Do you think that maybe Said should be the fall guy here, or does he still present a real threat to the opposition? Would taking him off, nullify our threat on that left-hand side? Of course, we've already lost Cresswell tonight to take off Benrahma as well. Would leave us with little on that side. A few more comments from the forum. Cardiff, here we come, says, no VAR for dubious red cards. No doubt it will be rescinded in a couple of days' time, but it won't make a difference if we get done 2-0 tonight. I can't read that out, but Lyon cheating, diving, and add to that, we have a referee who must have got a nice brown envelope from UEFA before the match. Of course, that's Cardiff's own thoughts, not something that we would dare suggest here. even though he's been done for it before. Yeah, it looked like it was one of those where he couldn't wait to get his card out. Anyway, Gazmundo asking, was Dembele winking at the referee? Ben Az. And Steve Potts goal, real referring to what I was telling you earlier in the game about the German referees previous for being caught taking a one on the side, saying ref with history of match fixing and dodgy decision, shocker. I've just got to stay in this now. There's nothing to fear from this lot. So everyone's pretty annoyed with what they've seen so far, and rightly so, because that's it's disappointing. But perhaps we shouldn't expect anything less from at this stage of the competition. Lyon, of course, little to play for in Ligue 1, down in 9th in the table. This is really all they've got to go for this season as the players emerge from the tunnel for the second half. Now, let's have a quick look. Can we see any changes in personnel from West Ham? Now, look round, the referee coming out, flanked by his 2 assistants. Looks a little bit nervous, as well he should, given that decision. You would assume, wouldn't you, that the referee's had the opportunity to look at that? Does he think he made the right call? Who knows? There is a change for West Ham, and it's Ben Johnson is coming on. Now, this is interesting. Saïd Benrahma has indeed left the field. Ben Johnson coming on. So, is this a 5 at the back, a straight 4? How are we going to play this? Now, let's see what happens. Lyon coming out of the tunnel. And there's a rousing chorus of bubbles greeting the Hammers as they take to the field for the second half. The fans obviously upset by what they've seen and wanting to get behind their team for this second half. David Moyes, a thunderous look in his eyes. It just looks absolutely furious. Looks like he wants to kill someone, and no doubt he probably does. He goes over to the bench. There's a quick word with Mark Noble, who sensibly says nothing in reply. The Scot looking absolutely almost apoplectic, you would imagine, with what's happened there. But the second half is underway. Now, as soon as we get a chance to have a look at this, I'll let you know, if you're assuming, for those of you that haven't got a stream anyway, how West Ham are lining up with Johnson. One would assume it's a straight swap. Johnson going at left back. Interesting, not taking the option to put Masuaku, a like for like fullback, in there. But we shall find out in just a minute. My stream is messing about at the moment, so we'll just switch to another channel. Lyon, anyway, have the ball. First minute of the second half, looking to attack now. A goal would be a real kick in the teeth for West Ham if we conceded one now, wouldn't it? But long way to go, of course. Rob Waldron saying that from what I can make out, the ref loves to make the match about him, so no surprises there. I'll settle for 0-0 as it stands. I think, let me know, what do you think? Excuse me, you guys, would you settle for 0-0 at this stage? Or would you still be disappointed? Obviously it's changed, isn't it? The whole complexion of the game is completely different now. West Ham are down to 10, but you'd like to think West Ham won't just sit and hope to soak up pressure for 45 minutes. But of course, it might work in our benefit. We are a counter-attacking team who are known for hitting teams on the break, sitting back, soaking up the pressure and countering. So this could actually work in our favour. The whole momentum has shifted in Lyon's favour. This is dangerous. Now they've got round the back here. Ryan Fredericks rather diving in. That could have been dangerous, but he actually missed the challenge completely. But he wasn't going to win the ball in that situation. He's got to be a bit careful. We could certainly do without losing another player. The German Mike Dean, says Connor Green. Yeah. Not sure even Mike Dean would have had the audacity to give that one. But then again, of course, he sent off Thomas Suchik, didn't he? So what am I saying? Of course he would. Of course he would. West Ham, it looks like the pattern is set here. And I can tell you that Ben Johnson has gone straight back into left back. So that's interesting. Moyes obviously decides to play Johnson instead of Masuaku, who could have perhaps offered a little something going forward as well. Another Lyon player is rolling around on the deck, asking why he hasn't been given a free kick. And this is, I think we're going to see this for the rest of the evening. It's been disappointing so far, but that's what we've got. 2.5 minutes gone. West Ham have barely touched the ball since we restarted, and it could be a long half, ladies and gentlemen, this one, if it carries on like this. But hopefully West Ham can pull an iron out of the fire and just grab a goal. One would be nice, wouldn't it? Just one to take into that second leg, a slender advantage. But, you know, this West Ham side, even if it does end up goalless, I'm not sure that will be the case yet, but if it was to do so, you still couldn't count West Ham out. Been a good team on the counter away from home. The onus would, of course, then be on Lyon to do the attacking, and that's where West Ham are very, very dangerous at times, as I'm sure. Their manager, Bosch, as he's known, will know now. Lyon have got round the back. It's played into the centre, delivered from the right-hand side. Alphonse Areola going up, plucking the ball out of the air under no pressure whatsoever. Nice, easy one. Yeah, West Ham struggling to find their way so far in this second half. There has been a goal in Germany, so we understand. And it's gone to the hosts. Eintracht Frankfurt 1, Barcelona 0. So those hopes of a West Ham Barca semi-final fading by the minute as things stand. But I'll come back to you on that one in a minute. Of course, the only other goal so far tonight, Braga 1-0 up against Rangers at half-time. Atalanta and Leipzig drew 1-1 in the first leg of their tie. Another delivery comes in from the right-hand side from Lyon. Goes all the way out to the left-hand side. They remain in possession. Played back, patient build up from Lyon as they look to find space. They're going to have a bit more opportunities to do so now with West Ham only 10. It's delivered into the box. Craig Dawson gets underneath it, heads it clear. Jared Bowen looks to find Michail Antonio, but that's not going to find him. And it's going to be a long half for West Ham if we keep conceding possession as easily as this and try and defend inside our own third. Obviously, this is the instruction that David Moyes has delivered to the team to keep it tight and, not experience any more great difficulties to follow on from that red card. But you kind of feel at some point West Ham are going to have to be a bit more forward thinking. Although, of course, as we said at the top of the show, a goalless draw wouldn't be the end of the world. Another appeal for a penalty as the boy struck at Ryan Fredericks, who had his arms firmly behind his back from no more than 3 yards away. He's ignored by the referee. And they're at it again. Now, what's going on here? The referee is waving away something. I assume it's just nonsense to claim a penalty from that against Fredericks. His arms are firmly tucked behind his back. Terrible. Robert Young asks, has anyone had a shot on goal? Ben Rama didn't he, after about 30 minutes? Antonio had a shot blocked a few minutes later. Was it Dembele had a shot wide, 26 minutes? I think it was. Apart from that, it's been slim pickings, isn't it, Rob? Not a lot happening. Lyon again, looking to get the ball in the box. And it goes. Craig Dawson, that Trojan of a defender, gets up and makes sure that it goes no further. But still, Lyon have the ball. The shot comes in this time. It's blocked. Dawson again on the rebound to clear it, hook it clear. But this comes back to Lyon. And West Ham are going to have to think about this a little bit more. We cannot keep defending like this for the next 39 minutes and expect to keep the opposition out. It's not going to happen. We're kind of playing like we've got 7 men at the moment rather than 10. 10 men isn't the worst thing in the world now. That's a good ball from Michail Antonio. Can Fornell's break? He's played it in. Antonio's going to get on the end of it. Now, this is better from West Ham. Antonio's 4 players against him. 5 players, no support. Antonio goes down in the box looking for a penalty, and a free kick is given against Antonio. And rightly so, because that was never a foul. Let's have another look. No, it's a fair challenge by the defender. It's Costello Jr. Now this is interesting. And West Ham have scored. It's come from nowhere. It's a mistake. Oh, unbelievable stuff. Bang, bang. Pick that one out of the onion bag. Jared Bowen, J-Rod is in now. Go on, my son. I was looking at the other screen. I didn't actually see how it happened. It was a mistake by Lyon. And the ball fell to Bowen, whose shot was kind of deflected over the goalkeeper and looped agonisingly slow, but it's got in the back of the net. And West Ham, from absolutely nothing, have taken the lead here. Yes, Aaron, we are massive. And here we go again. Now, let's have another look here. What happens? It's Fornells kind of squeezes the ball through. It's poor defending, and it works its way through to Bowen. It's a mistake, actually, by the Lyon defender. And Bowen manages to turn and Does he lift it over the keeper? No, I mean, it's actually, I think the goalkeeper, I think Lopez has got it covered, but the defender who made the error in the first place has got half a blocking, but the ball's just looped up in the air over the goalkeeper. It's very, very lucky for West Ham, but, you ride your luck sometimes, you take your chances, and these things happen. And J. Rod has put the Hammers completely against the odds and against the run of play. 10-man West Ham, 1. Lyon with 11 men, 0. Can we wind the clock forward now? 30 minutes or so. David Moyes is going absolutely crazy with celebrating, and right, he should. But that's just shows, I mean, the quality of Jarrod Bowen. Not really been involved to a great deal. We'll just pause for a second because Lyon are breaking. It's come down the other side. This is dangerous, but Declan Rice smashes it clear. It's a 50-yard punt clear and says to Michael Antonio, get after that one, my son. Great stuff. Great stuff. West Ham with the advantage now. Long way to go. 54 minutes gone. It's West Ham 1, Lyon 0. Credit to Pablo Fornals for that goal. It was he who made the pass through to Bowen. As I say, it was a defensive error that let the ball come through to him. But great stuff nonetheless. It's another Lyon player is rolling around on the pitch. Jarrod Bowen goes over to make sure he's okay. He's perfectly fine. Of course he's all right, Jarrod. We know he's fine. It's Ndombele, I think, who actually stamps on Bowen. I'm not sure it's a clever bit of footwork by Ndombele, but it's the foul, it's nothing more. Jarrod Bowen, there he is. Didn't feature against Sevilla. Back in the team tonight. The ball comes in. Oh, no, that's dangerous. It's a goal kick to West Ham, but the free kick was lifted over the top of West Ham's defence. West Ham a little bit asleep there, and the ball came through, but volleyed over the bar from close range. I've just seen a replay of the goal, and it's a terrible, terrible error from Lyon. And of course, we know they're suspect. The defensive record hasn't been great all season, and they are suspects at the back. Callum Goodall, the KUMB podcasts, one of 3 members of the KUMB podcast team, wrote an excellent match preview highlighting the weaknesses of Lyon, where they can be got at and got beaten. And he did mention their defensive frailties, and it's been exposed for all to see there. And West Ham, completely against the run of play, completely against the odds, are ahead. Now, it seems to have shocked the visitors a little bit. They were in complete control of the game before that, but they've not managed to string more than 3 or 4 passes together since. There's Peter Bosch. Bosch, take that, my son. The Lyon manager, looking slightly concerned now on the sidelines. His team still, of course, have the one-man advantage, but not using it at the moment. And West Ham have responded magnificently to that, injustice, you could say, of Aaron Cresswell being dismissed in the 3rd minute of added on time at the end of the half. Now, that should be a yellow card for the Lyon player because he's just thrown the ball away. It's Ndombele again, who seems to be the master of shitehousery tonight, going over whenever he can, throwing the ball away. The referee's had a word with him, but he hasn't booked him, which he should do. That's a booking. And now he's having a word with Ryan Fredericks for some reason. Not quite sure what's going on there, but it's another 30 seconds wasted, of course, which is good for West Ham. Michael Antonio with the ball, but he concedes possession. 1-0. You'd certainly take that, wouldn't you? Going into the second leg, in the circumstances, anyway, given what's happened. Anyway, what a start to the second half. It's an amazing end to the first half and a great start to the second. It's a wonderful challenge from Ryan Fredericks, but West Ham haven't managed to get the ball clear quite yet. Craig Dawson, I think, is going to hoof this one into touch, and he's actually won the throw-on. No, he hasn't. It's a stadium play. Lyon on the left with the ball, 25 yards from goal, played back inside. The ball switched to the right-hand side. West Ham scurry over to cover. There's an overlap coming in. It's not taken. Ball delivered into the box, and Thomas Souček clears it. It's a poor clearance, and it's only back as far as Lyon. West Ham failing to clear their lines, which, you get the feeling if we carry on doing this, it's going to cost us as the game goes on. A delivery comes in from the right-hand side, headed out by Souček again only as far as the Lyon player. It's a great effort. But it's just wide of the far post. Fizzes wide. It was a header from Souček and taken on the half volley by the Lyon number 28. who's just actually caught it on the outside of his boot and it swerved away from goal. Areola diving. I think he had it covered anyway, had it been on target. But maybe a sign of frustration from Lyon there, taking a shot from that range. And the home fans are enjoying themselves now. And so they should be, because if West Ham were to win this, I think it's fair to say this might be just as good a performance as the 2-0 win against Sevilla in the last leg, because to come back, to be down to 10 men in no circumstances at that time, right on the cusp of half-time, faced with another 45 minutes to go, and to come out and potentially win this game. There's a long way to go yet. We don't want to tempt fate, but what a performance that would be. What a result for West Ham. But as I said, a long, long way to go. We're not even an hour in yet. And there is a bit of a... now, who's that lying down on the ground injured? I can see Souček standing. I can see Dawson standing. Just waiting to see who it is on the deck. Jared Bowen's all right, so that's fine. Now... yeah, I mean, we're just having a look at the goal again. It's come from a Lyon goal kick. The ball's rolled out to the right-hand side, and it's just given away. And that's, it just says an awful lot about their defensive, as I said, as Cal Goodall pointed out in the KUMB match preview, it just shows how frail they can be at the back, Lyon, and how they can be got at if you put them under a little bit of pressure, as we have done on that occasion. Breaking play anyway. West Ham leading by a goal to nil. Despite being reduced to 10 men right on the stroke of half-time. Treatment still taking place. Now, we did say earlier on that there was a goal for Frankfurt in Barcelona. I'm not sure there is. Perhaps, I don't know if someone can confirm that. I'm looking at the UEFA site, and it's still showing as 0-0. Braga still leading Rangers 1-0. Atlanta and Leipzig finished 1-1 in that first leg in Italy. That will be an interesting tie in the return leg. There's a bit of treatment. Now, I can't even see that. Is that Fredericks down there? My apologies if anyone can see whether that is on the. Yeah, David O'Rourke said it is Fredericks. He looks hurt. Yeah, it's almost like the gel being applied to his eyebrow. I mean, if that's not a foul, it's Dembele who actually nuts him in the eyebrow, and the gel being applied, like you see, applied to a boxer in the between round intervals to hold the skin together, or keep the injury from becoming any worse. We are now over the hour mark. We haven't seen a lot of football in the last 2 minutes because of that injury to Fredericks, which is been receiving treatment. But we are an hour into the game now. It's still West Ham 1, Lyon 0. 80 star. It's 1-1 now, apparently, in Germany. I'm not quite sure why my UEFA scorecard isn't updating, but yeah, there it is. I've had to hit the refresh button and it has 1-1. So it's all happening in Germany. Michail Antonio for West Ham down by the right touchline. 2 players around him, but does really, really well to win a throw-in. And there'll be no rush to take this. And Lyon are about to make their first substitution of the game. Now, let's see who's coming on. Interesting that Bosch has been forced to make a change after an hour. Whether that was planned or not, we don't know. Is that Tete potentially coming on, or the other striker? Who, of course, was missing the game. Well, we thought was going to miss the game through COVID, but was involved in the squad. Obviously, becoming a little bit more urgent for Lyon. That'd be a huge disappointment for them, wouldn't it, to go home beaten against 10 men, and a huge psychological boost for West Ham going into that second tie next week. But anyway, Lyon again breaking on the right-hand side. We're just seeing the total attempts shown on the screen on my stream. 5 efforts for West Ham so far, 13 for Lyon, but not too many of those on target so far, that's for sure. And Lyon have the ball. 25, 35 yards from goal, looking to play it down the right-hand side again. Ben Johnson comes over to cover the danger. Can he keep his man out? The ball's played back into the centre, and it's a poor touch, and Jared Bowen can get in. And can he get away? Can Bowen win this ball? Great stuff from Bowen. Got the ball. Can he break down the right-hand side? Now, what's his options inside? Pablo Fornel's bursting a gut to get forward and support him. He's played the ball in. It's a great ball. Antonio! Well, Mika, it's a really clever ball in from Joe. And what a run from Bowen. Showed incredible strength to win the ball in the first place and then get down the right-hand side. And it was a clever little ball in to the box. Michail Antonio would have beaten the goalkeeper to it, but the ball just went under his feet. And if it hadn't had, he would have had a decent chance on goal. And Lyon breaking down the other end. It's a quick attack. West Ham want a handball, and they're going to get it because the ball's ricocheted back off the Lyon player, and it's a free kick. Mikel Antonio, yeah, he's had one of those nights, aren't you, Mikel? Fantastic boost, surging run down the left-hand side from Jared Bowen. Looks up, it's a fantastic little delivery. Antonio, yeah, I mean, Mikel, I think looking at that, Antonio thinks that Lopez, the goalkeeper, is going to get there first, and completely misses the ball. But if he sticks a foot out, and you can see the reaction on the face of the Hammers fans who just, oh, come on, Mikel, you were so close. There's the first change of the evening coming in the 64th minute for Lyon. And it's the number 7 coming on. It's Tete coming on, sorry, who, of course, is the player that was bought from Shakhtar Donetsk. Boateng is out, a KUMB on. Of course, is the highest scorer in the Europa League so far. KUMB and Tete both on, by the looks of it, for Lyon, who we've just seen another shot from about 27, 28 yards from. It's a terrible shot, actually. It's going absolutely nowhere. But racking up the shot count, Lyon, without threatening Alphonse Areola's goal. He hasn't had to make a save yet this evening. It's been that sort of game. Just having a quick look at the match stats. Possession at 64 minutes. West Ham 32%, Lyon 68%. West Ham 5 shots, 3 on target. Lyon 13 shots, none on target. That tells a story in itself, doesn't it? Both sides have 2 corners each. West Ham having committed 7 fouls to Lyon's 4. 64 minutes gone. West Ham leading by 1-0 here at the London Olympic Stadium. But Lyon now with their 2. Their star striker KUMB, who I think he's the leading goal scorer in the Europa League so far with 6 this season. And Tete, as I was saying, is the player. It was an interesting one, this. Bought in from Shakhtar Donetsk, one of the players who took advantage of the UEFA ruling with regards to players who are tied to Ukrainian clubs in the wake of the war in Ukraine at the moment. Allowed to leave and join another club, and moved to Lyon, and allowed by UEFA to play in the competition. Interestingly, of course, English clubs were allowed to bring players in, but the Premier League vetoed that and said, no, we're not going to allow our clubs to bring anyone in. Kind of shooting our own clubs in the foot a little bit, because West Ham certainly had interesting 1 or 2 players. Lyon in the penalty box. This is dangerous. The ball comes over. It's right across the box, and it's going to go in the back of the net, and Lyon are level. Lyon have scored. 66 minutes. West Ham United 1, Lyon 1. And that substitution has paid dividends immediately for Peter Bosch, and the French side are back on level terms. It's poor from Alphonse Areola. Let's have another look at that one again. I think it's Dembele who's scored. And the ball played down the right-hand side to the fullback, who beats Ben Johnson, plays it across. It's a poor hand from Alphonse Areola. Let's have another look at this. Could he have done any better? It's played across. Yeah, you've got to say you expect better. It's ricocheted off of Ryan Frederick straight into the path of Ndombele, who is never going to score an easier goal from 4 yards in empty net in front of him, and Lyon are level. There's a shake of the head from Declan Rice. He knows. It's West Ham got it all to do again, of course. If you're looking for positives to take when having just conceded a goal, they are few and far between. But one I can think of instantly is, of course, that away goals don't count double in this year's competition. So, goals are worth as much as each other for whichever team scores them and at whichever ground. So, still all to play for. But West Ham certainly do not want to concede another one. You kind of get the feeling that chances can be very few and far between for the Hammers now. Craven saying it had to be a Spurs player, didn't it? Yeah, it did. But still plenty of time to go as we enter the 68th minute, 3/4 of the way through this tie. West Ham United 1, Lyon 1. It's a fascinating tie. The same score out in Frankfurt, where Eintracht are hosting Barcelona. It's 1-1 there. Braga still 1-0 up against Rangers. Atalanta and Leipzig also finishing 1-1. So it seems to be quite a popular score at the moment. But Lyon attacking again. West Ham got to be careful here, because to concede another one at this stage would be disastrous. But Davy Moyes still yet to make another substitution. Doesn't really look like he's making any. Question marks. What do you think about Ben Johnson on that one, team? Any question marks over his defending? Of course, Aaron Cresswell, you got to ask the question, would he have been beaten so easily? Who knows? What do you think? Whatever. Anyway, West Ham have conceded, and Lyon now looking to break on the left-hand side. They haven't profited much from the left-hand side tonight. Lots of moves down that side, but Ryan Fredericks has done a good job. Their first shot on target, the goal for Lyon. Their 14th effort on goal tonight, and the first one on target. And it's in the back of the net, and they're looking dangerous again here. West Ham have got to be very, very careful. This is kind of reminiscent of the opening few minutes of the first half. Lyon patient, probing. They're inside the box again. They'll be looking for a penalty here, no doubt, and a goal kick given to West Ham. Good defending from the Hammers. Aaron's saying that he doesn't like to see Declan get frustrated. He can't afford to get a yellow. Very true, Aaron. We certainly need him. Of course, the good thing is, as we know, Declan Rice is one yellow away from a suspension. If he was to get booked tonight, he would be suspended for the second leg in France. But of course, if we were to proceed to the semi-finals, all of those cards are wiped out after the quarterfinals, and it won't be a problem after that. But anyway, we're 21 minutes left to go of normal time in this game. A fascinating tie so far. West Ham United 1, Lyon 1. The Hammers down to 10 men in the third added on minute at the end of the first half. Aaron Cresswell dismissed, straight red card for a very, very weak one, wasn't it? There will be no doubt lots of debate about it after the game. Join the KUMB.com forum, the match thread, elsewhere, where there'll be plenty of discussions about it, no doubt. Ahead of the second leg in France next week. Now, there's been a breaking play. I'm not quite sure what for. We have a pitch invader. Is he an English pitch invader or is he a French pitch invader? Not quite sure. Can't really tell. Rather disappointingly, as is the case these days, the TV camera's not showing the the pitch invader, which kind of reminds me, actually, talking of pitch invaders, on the way back from Seville. A few weeks ago, I was at Malaga Airport in the queue at the departures lounge, and I got talking to a Scouser, a chap who just joined me in the queue. Got talking. It turned out that he was on his way back to the UK. He went out there. The story was he went out there last summer for a 2-week break, and ended up staying for 8 months. And we got talking anyway, and I asked him what you do for a living, as you do, and he said he was an artist, and I kind of jokingly said, "I assume you mean." Sorry, he said, "I'm a painter," and I said, "I assume you mean like a painter and decorator as opposed to an artist." And he said, he said to me, he said, "Well, actually, I am an artist of sorts." He said, he said, "I'm actually in the Guinness Book of Records for my art." And I said, kind of intrigued. I said, "Well, what's that for?" And he said, "Yeah, I'm in the Guinness Book of Records for making the most strips at sporting events in history." Transpired the guy was Mark someone, I can't remember his surname, but he was the guy that memorably stripped the Open, the golf, in 1995, running across the 18th green, I think it was, with 19th hole written on his back and an arrow pointing to his bottom, should we say. Shame we didn't get the chance to talk some more, because I'm sure he would have had some fascinating stories, but funny guy anyway. But anyway, back to the game. 72 minutes gone. The ball delivered to the far post. Ryan Fredericks getting up well to clear the ball, only as far as Jarrod Bowen. What can Bowen do? Can he get the ball clear? West Ham very, very much hemmed back in their half. Mark Pitts says Jack Sullivan ran on the pitch. Yeah, Mark, there was a distinct likeness there, wasn't there? Ball delivered into the box again. West Ham only half cleared. Lyon still changing towards goal. Now, this could be dangerous. The ball back across. Kurt Zuma this time managing to get a head on the ball as it's delivered from the wide right, and sending it out for another throw on. Yes, I did, Rob. Yes, I did tell the tale on the forum, probably rather better than then. And I, of course, remember the guy's name. If anyone remembers his name, Mark something, I think it is Scouse guy. He actually looks a bit like the stereotypical Harry Enfield Scouse character with dark curly hair. You know, he comes out, you know the type. But funny guy anyway, and I just wish we'd had the opportunity to speak a little bit more. 73 minutes gone. Lyon still probing, pressing, looking for a second goal, one that would put West Ham in huge difficulty ahead of the second tie. It's on the edge of the box now. Pablo Fornals is making a challenge, turns around, hasn't really got anywhere to play it, just gives it straight away again. Declan Rice, frustrated. You could see the frustration on his face. Lyon again, looking to break. Is the shot going to come in? No, they're going to probe again patiently. Played across from right to left, played back now. Still looking for an opening, looking for a little 1-2. Thomas Souček gets the put in, but it's still with the visitors. Now it's a space on the right-hand side, and it's found. This is where the goal come from. This is dangerous. Lifted into the area this time. Jarrod Bowen gets his head on the ball and keeps it clear. West Ham just can't get their foot on the ball. It's been like this for the last 5 or 6 minutes. Perhaps time for a change. What do we think, team? David Moyes, perhaps bring on Vlasic or someone like that, someone with a bit of legs. Maybe even a Mark Noble to try and get hold of this midfield and, calm things down a little bit, because West Ham just cannot get a foot on the ball at the moment. And the way things are going, you can see a second goal coming for Lyon in the next, in the next few moments. A shot comes in, it's deflected and all the way through to Alphonse Areola, who just chests the ball down and takes his time. No rush to pick it up. You kind of get the feeling that West Ham will probably be quite happy taking a draw to Lyon in the second leg at this stage. Could have been so much better, of course. West Ham leading after 52 minutes. Jarrod Bowen scoring the opening goal of the game, profiting from a defensive mix-up by Lyon. But Ndombele equalising in the 66th minute. Question marks perhaps over Alphonse Areola as the ball came in. But that's where we are, 1-1. Still a long way to go. Aaron, that's interesting. Ball played through. I'm not sure that... no, it was offside. Ball played through for Lyon, but he would have been offside anyway if he had carried on. Aaron saying Michail Antonio looks finished for today, doing a lot of walking about now. Yeah, and he's worked really hard, hasn't he? Alone up front, without much support, especially since the halftime interval. But West Ham have the ball now. A rare foray into opposition territory. Pablo Fornals surrounded by 4 players. Finds Declan Rice. West Ham look to keep possession. Ben Johnson with the ball is nowhere really to go. Just plays a speculative pass down the line, but Michail Antonio does well to keep it. Antonio has 2 players up against him. You're not going to get a foul there, Michail. And Lyon escaped with the ball. Antonio chasing back. I think he's going to give away a yellow card. West Ham have done really well to turn possession over there. And now can we break? Great work by Antonio and Fornals between them to win the ball back there, and Declan Rice has the ball, goes into the opposition half, doesn't really have anything on, plays the ball down the line to an advancing Fredericks. That's great work. Fredericks puts a good ball in, and it's headed clear. That's excellent work from West Ham. Fantastic play by everyone. Fornals, Antonio chasing back, Fornals winning the ball, Declan Rice picking out Ryan Fredericks, advancing on the right-hand side with a really lovely little lofted ball behind the defence, and Fredericks is centre. Not a bad one. Headed out of danger for a set piece for a corner. Now, you get the feeling if West Ham are going to get a second goal tonight, it's from opportunities like these that we need to make the most. So Bowen is going to deliver the ball in. Up goes Dawson. Up goes Zuma. Thomas Souček is in there. Michail Antonio, as is customary, in front of Lopez, the goalkeeper. Can we do something here? The deliveries come in. It's deep. Zuma's up. Oh, and Lopez gets a hand on it. Retrieved by Dawson, though. And I think is that going to be a free kick to West Ham? Don't think it is. It's given as a throw-in to Lyon. Lopez does well, the goalkeeper, because if he misses that, Kurt Zuma is in on goal, and there's a free header. But the danger averted, and it remains West Ham United 1, Lyon 1. Aaron saying that Ryan Fredericks has been excellent today. Yes, he has. He's had a very good game, Aaron, hasn't he? So far, I thought he had a good game actually on Sunday. Made a couple of errors that could have been costly against Richarlison. In that match against Everton, but other than that, I felt he had a decent game. And bearing in mind he's played very little football so far this season, did well. Once again, the ball's on the right hand side as Lyon look to get across him. Ben Johnson being worked really hard out there tonight. Comes into the box. Johnson hoiks it clear. There's absolutely no one up there. Antonio chasing a lost cause. And that's a terrible touch from the defender, but somehow he just manages to keep possession. If he hadn't, Jared Bowen, who was racing out there, would have been away, clear on goal. But that is Lyon retrieve possession, come down the right-hand side. West Ham look to be tiring. Still no signs of a substitution, a second substitution from David Moyes. Of course, the first one coming at half-time. Said Ben Rama whipped off, replaced by Ben Johnson following Cresswell's red card. Shot comes in. It's a good save. Oh, now Areola's palmed the ball away, but straight in front of him into a dangerous area. But West Ham managed to hook the ball clear once again. And Ben Johnson wins the ball as Lyon come again. West Ham just need to get hold of this ball for a couple of minutes and keep possession. Michail Antonio is really strong and does well. I'm not quite sure why he's been penalised there. What's happened there? It was Paqueta who had the shot, and Ariel, it's actually come off the base of his. It's almost like his wrists, and fortunately for him, it's fallen into the path of a West Ham defender rather than a Lyon attacker, and the Hammers managed to get it clear. It's going to be a long last 10, 15 minutes though, guys. 78 and a half gone. Still 1-1 here. Lyon have the ball coming into the penalty box. Once again, this is dangerous. Craig Dawson's big head gets in the way of the cross. But yet again, the ball finds its way back to a Lyon player. West Ham hanging on now for everything they've got. Desperate not to concede a second goal and go into that second leg behind. 1-1, very, very nicely poised at the moment, this match. But they have the ball again. Ben Johnson gets a touch on it, clears the ball. Lyon on the right-hand side of the penalty box. West Ham just hanging on, holding on. Lyon afraid to shoot, it seems, at the moment, trying to work the ball into the box, but not really getting anywhere. Again, a good foot in from Thomas Souček means West Ham have the ball, but again, concede possession. And you just wonder how long West Ham can do this for. The ball played out to the centre circle. Michail Antonio is so tired. He's not even able to make a run for that. And the ball is coming back again. And West Ham, this is dangerous. Now, this is a dangerous position. It's on the left-hand side. Shot comes in. Alphonse Areola gets down low, clutches it to his waist. And it's another shot for the opposition. Rob Waldron saying he would be tempted to take Antonio off and give a chance to Vlasic or Yarmolenko or Perkins. I get the feeling, Rob, that change might not be too far away. It's not really Yarmolenko's game, this, is it, to sort of harry and chase as Antonio has done. But you do kind of get the feeling that Michail is spent out there at the moment. And that's surely a free kick to West Ham. Souček pushed in the back and shoved to the ground. And the German referee finally giving it to him out by the halfway line. But maybe a change will be coming soon. A youngster wouldn't be a bad shout, says Craven, as Lyon won't know anything about Sonny Perkins, maybe. Wouldn't that be something else if he was to come in and score the winning goal with a few minutes to go? But no signs yet from David Moyes that he's asking anyone to warm up as Craig Dawson launches the ball deep into opposition territory and it's coming straight back out. But nodded back in. Michail Antonio looks to win it and it's hooked out for a throw into West Ham. The defender under pressure from Antonio. Really could do with a second goal. What would that do to West Ham? Wouldn't that be fantastic if we could grab a second one here, right at the end here? Elsewhere in the Europa League, or just see the cross coming. There's no one in for West Ham. Some shouts of handball as the ball coming seemed to bounce quite high off the defender inside the penalty box, but nothing doing. The ball back with Lopez, the goalkeeper, who clears it out to the left-hand side. And the ball comes straight back to West Ham. Craig Dawson picks it up and looks to launch another attack down the right, looking for Jared Bowen. Bowen's going to do really well if he can get that. And he has. He's done really well. Holds off two defenders. Can he get a crossing? Twisting, turning, looking for the opening. Now he's facing his man. Plays it into Souček. Souček now is back to goal. He's going to win a corner there, I think. No, it's come to well, it came to Bowen, who tried to pull it back to Fornells, I think. It deflected off the defender and could have caught Lopez out, but he manages to get his hands on it, and it's an easy save. Lyon now countering, breaking down the other side. 8 minutes of normal time left to go. Still West Ham 1, Lyon 1. Lyon now into the box. Is there a shot going to come in? It is a shot coming in. And once again, it's over the bar. Nothing doing from Lyon. West Ham's share of possession is sinking minute by minute. We are now down to 29% possession to Lyon 71%. West Ham still 5 shots at goal, 3 on target. Hasn't changed for the last 20 minutes or so. That 17 shots now for Lyon, 3 on target. Still 3 corners for West Ham, 2 for Lyon. But the French side definitely on top in terms of possession and shots so far. But you'd expect that, of course. They've got a man advantage out there tonight. Still no signs of any substitutions. Doesn't look like David Moyes is thinking about any imminently either. Maybe for the last couple of minutes to waste a little bit of time. But Antonio definitely choosing when to make his runs out there at the moment. And Ryan Fredericks doing well to win a free kick just inside the Lyon half. What do you make of the referee tonight? Obviously, a contentious issue with the dismissal of Cresswell. But do you think he's had a good game tonight? Think he's refereed this fairly? I think West Ham have been harshly done. Apart from that, ignoring the penalty. Sorry, the sending off. Free kick for West Ham anyway. Craig Dawson is going to take this. Not exactly bursting forward in numbers. You get the feeling that Hammer's going to be quite happy now to settle for a point. Michael Antonio trying to get up and win that, but doesn't get a touch on it, and it goes all the way through to the goalkeeper. And Lyon look to build again through the centre of the field. Long ball played down the middle this time, and it's gone straight through to Alphonse Areola, who will not be any hurry to bring this ball back into play. Just tucks it under his arm, walks 10 yards out to the penalty box, little bounce to the ball, picks it up again, and then drops the ball on the floor and looks to go long. And there it is. Long ball straight through the middle, where it goes straight out of play for a Lyon throw. Aaron says that the referee's been awful, should have handed about 7 yellows for simulation, and Andy Welsh agreeing, saying that he's absolutely dreadful so far. What do you think? Anyone else? Anyone got a good word to say about the referee? Has he done us any favours? Perhaps not really. Certainly didn't with the dismissal. Just to let you know, if you are going to be hanging around after the game, we will do a brief post-match review with some of the guys who are live at the London Olympic Stadium tonight. Noam and the Pink Palermo hopefully will be joining us on the stream right at the final whistle, if of course they can get a signal from outside the ground. As we've joked before, we can get a signal absolutely fine from Croatia or Austria or Spain, but we can't get one from London. But we hope to do so tonight. The ball played into the box. This is dangerous. Kurt Zuma hooking the ball clear. Thomas Souček it is now, getting the ball out of the box. The shot comes in. It's blocked by a Lyon player, and they retrieve possession. Now 35 yards from goal. West Ham still defending for their life and staying in this tie, in which they're doing really well. And now this is a chance for West Ham. Bowen plays it up the line to Antonio. Fornals is through the middle. Can Antonio find him? Antonio running at goal. Player to beat. Cuts inside. Oh, he's beaten, but it's back as far as Bowen. Bowen now loses possession, but it's back with Fornals. Plays it out on the left to Rice. Come on, Declan. Plays it short. Plays it back to Fornals. And, oh, this is crazy. This is madness. This is madness. There is a pitch invader. West Ham are... Oh, this is crazy. West Ham are 30 yards from goal in a really dangerous looking position, and we've seen a pitch invader come into the arena, chased by 2 stewards while the game's in play. I've never seen anything like that. I mean, you've seen pitch invaders time and time again, but for one to do it in those circumstances, it's not Jack Sullivan again, is it? Crazy, absolutely ludicrous. And I do hope that's not a West Ham supporter who's done that. Because I fear for him if he gets put back in the crowd, having done that in those circumstances. Absolutely crazy. I mean, we all love a pitch invasion at the appropriate times, but that was just absolutely ludicrous. West Ham in a really strong position, one of the few opportunities we've had to attack in the second half, and it's stopped by just a moment of sheer madness from a complete idiot running onto the pitch. As I say, I hope it's a French idiot, not a West Ham. I'm quite sure why a West Ham fan would do that, to be fair, but we shall find out. The stewards not doing themselves any favours tonight either. That's 2 that have got onto the field now so far tonight. But anyway, play resumes. The West Ham resume from where they were, but of course Lyon have the opportunity to regroup and get back in numbers, and they've regain possession as a result, and that chance completely squandered. Michail Antonio is going to go in the book now for a late challenge. It's a yellow card this time, showing his tiredness there. Michail going in hard on Ndombele. Shame we didn't do that right at the start, probably, but it's a late one from Antonio, who's it's a tired looking challenge, and Antonio is in the book. No repercussions for that. He's not having received one before, so it's not going to affect his chances of making the second leg, of course, as long as he doesn't get booked again, which would be desperate. But Lyon now attacking, 88 minutes gone. Is there to be a late winner for the French side? Can they break West Ham's hearts here, or can the Hammers hang on to go to the second leg on level terms? 28 yards from goal. West Ham getting the ball out again. Can they break? Declan Rice hooks one up in the air. Antonio pushes an opponent away. Got to be careful, Michail Antonio. Shouldn't be pushing players around like that in the circumstances, having just been booked. Anyway, the ball works out to the right-hand side of West Ham's penalty box by Lyon. The cross comes in. That's a dangerous-looking one. Craig Dawson's beaten in the air. It's up in the air, and now Craig Dawson is down on the deck. He's taken a head injury, and this is one where rightly the referee stops play because there is a head injury. The cross came in. I think Dawson was under pressure from 3 Lyon players. Let's have a look again. 1, 2, number 10. Well, no, it's only 1 in the end, but he's taken one on the nut. He's won the ball, but he's definitely come off worse. And the ball loops up in the air where Alphonse Areola just grabs it and ensures that there are no more problems for West Ham. David O'Rourke saying that idiots should be banned for life. Well, as I say, David, you would hope he's not a West Ham supporter. You'd have to ask what he's thinking of there if that's the case. We're just seeing a rerun, I think, of the goal. Yeah, the Lyon goal, and yeah, you've got to say Areola didn't exactly cover himself with glory as the ball came in. It came in at low and at some pace, but he's just not got his hand. Didn't get a strong hand on it. Had he done so, it wouldn't have fell invitingly into the path of Ndombele, I think it was, wasn't it, who scored to level. But anyway, still no changes. Rob saying, make a change, Dave, make a change. Still nothing from Moyes as Mendes is replaced. It's a third substitution for Lyon and Denier. Jason Denier coming into the fray in the 90th minute of the game. It's an interesting one, Denier. He's not played, actually. I think this is his first appearance since December for Lyon. Dawson's still down there taking having treatment. Denier, yes, drafted into the squad, having not played. He was in the squad for the last 16 encounter against Porto. I don't think he played in either tie. So this, I think, if I'm right, is his first appearance since December. Bosch, the Lyon manager, obviously got his own injury issues to cope with. But Craig Dawson has got the obligatory thing up the nose, presumably to stop any bleeding that's there. Jarrod Bowen been spoken to by David Moyes. We are now into the first of 8 added on minutes at the end of this game. 8 minutes added on. Interesting stuff. Long time still for West Ham to hold out, but Alphonse Areola will have the ball at his feet. Craven saying, get Soufal on. He needs match fitness. Certainly wouldn't help, would it, Craven, to get him on for the final few minutes here. But yeah, we're into added on time now. 1 of 8 minutes already gone. It is West Ham United 1, Lyon 1. The Hammers, yeah, it's not exactly gone according to plan, is it? But, I think you've got to make David Moyes right on this one. If you can, go into the second leg still alive, anything can happen. We've seen it before with West Ham, notably, in France again, with Metz in 99. Actually went into that second leg a goal behind, didn't we? Was it Sahar, Louis Sahar, who scored for Metz in the first leg at Upton Park? They should have won 2-0. I think they hit the post right near the end there in that game, but went back to France with a goal advantage. And of course, now who scored for West Ham? Was it one chop, Lampard and Sinclair, was it? Or was it Di Canio who got the goals for West Ham? But a wonderful performance by the Hammers in the second leg on that particular occasion. And we'd need to replicate that by the looks of things to progress to the semi-finals on this occasion. But of course, this one's still not over. Ball delivered in dangerously to the area. Kurt Zouma misses it first time, but hooks it away on the second occasion. the ball's beginning to come in from wide now for West Ham, who are visibly tiring with Temin. Done a lot of chasing in this second half without the ball. Some very, very tired players out there, of course, having played on Sunday against Everton. Declan Rice getting a block in. It's all hands to the pump at the moment. Another block from Pablo Fornals, but still Lyon regained possession. Ball played into the box. It's played short, but Michail Antonio picks the ball up and loses it straight away. Michail, you've got to be stronger than that, sunshine. Lyon on the left now, delivered to the far post. Ben Johnson gets up well, has to win a second header, can't, but it's only nodded straight back into the hands of Alphonse Areola. West Ham defending manfully here. It's a fantastic defensive rearguard effort. But we're going to need a bit more than this in the second leg. But of course, we will have 11 men for that second leg. Some smiles from the fans. There you go. It's good to see. Not too despondent, despite the score line. It hasn't quite gone everyone's way. Not gone exactly to plan so far. But the Hammers fans still smiling. Declan Rice conceding possession again, dangerous territory on the halfway line. But he's done well to get back and ensure there's no more progress made by Lyon down that right-hand side. Ben Johnson hooks it out for a throw-in. Still no sign of any late changes from Davy Moyes. You'd be expecting one or two maybe to come on now. Maybe Yarmolenko coming to relieve a bit of pressure. But who knows? Who knows? We are now 3.5 minutes into the 8 added on at the second half. Of course, don't forget we played 5 at the end of the first half when there was only 2 indicated. So who knows how many our German referee is going to play on this occasion. Now, that's an interesting one. The Lyon player has dropped the ball out of his hands. West Ham appealing, saying it was a valid throw-in, but I think the referee's right in asking him to take it again. Lyon, once again, the ball's delivered from the right-hand side. A good header coming this time. Dembele gets away from his marker and has a free header, but he couldn't keep it down. It's over the bar. And West Ham, a little bit fortunate there. Dawson, for the first time this evening, really beaten to a head. He's been absolutely fabulous. Craig Dawson at the back tonight. He's been so strong. Kurt Zouma as well. But got beaten for the first time. 4.5 minutes gone in this added on time at the end of the game. 94 minutes, 33 seconds, 8 added on. Man of the match, gentlemen and ladies, who are you thinking of tonight? Might it be Michail Antonio, who's worked so hard up front? Jared Bowen, who got the goal that puts in a wonderful position. Maybe one of the defenders, Kurt Zouma or Craig Dawson, as I just mentioned, done really well. And now we're going to see a booking, I think, for Jared Bowen. As another Lyon player rolls around on the floor. It's a yellow card for Bowen, who cannot believe it. He cannot believe he's being booked there. I'm not quite sure what happened. It's having a little look. There's a challenge on the right-hand side. And Bowen's just kind of put his hand on Emerson as the Lyon player runs it out into touch, and it's not even a foul. It's quite ludicrous, but he's been booked for his troubles anyway, and it's another hammer in the book. Less than 3 minutes to go now at the end of this tie, and it looks like my stream has disappeared, and that's wonderful timing. No, we're back. It's okay, we're back. 6 minutes almost gone now. 5, 51, 52, 53. 8 minutes, as I said, added on at the end of this tie. Still, West Ham United 1, Lyon 1. Andy Welsh going for Jared Bowen or Pablo Fornals as his man of the match. Anyone else? David O'Rourke says they've both been excellent, but Jared Bowen edges it for me as man of the match. Craig Dawson, claret everywhere. Coming out of his hooter right now as we enter the 7th of 8 added on minutes at the end of this game. Alphonse Areola, big clearance. It's not a very long one, and it's only as far as the centre of the park, and Lyon win the ball. And it's a thunderous challenge from Dawson, who puts Dembele up in the air. It's almost as if this is going to be one of those iconic moments. What a challenge that is from Dawson! Blood streaming out of his hooter, puts Dembele up in the air and the ball into row Z, takes everything, ball, man, and the whole kit and caboodle. 1 minute left to go. It's still 1-1. Can the Hammers hang on? Lyon still pressing for a second goal that would give them a massive advantage going into the second tie. Ball delivered into the box. Ben Johnson gets it clear, only as far as Lyon. They're back in the box on the left-hand side. Cross comes over, punched out by Areola. Shot comes back in, blocked. Antonio is back in the penalty box defending now. It's every man defending for West Ham, hanging on for grim life in this final minute of the game. There's a dive in the penalty box by another Lyon player. They've racked up almost as many dives as they have shots off target this evening. It's been quite something else. And we're inside the last 30 seconds of added on time. Lyon attacking on the left-hand side, cuts inside, still looks to go across the area, plays it out wide to the right. Pablo Fornals comes across to try and close his man down, does so really well. It's hooked clear, and that's a poor clearance from Thomas Souček, who's looking very, very tired. And Lyon still have possession. That 8 minutes is nearly almost up, and that's a poor pass, and that would probably be it, I would imagine. Craig Dawson for me, no question. Andy Welsh saying Dawson as well, he's been a hero. Steve Palmer, tough one. They've all worked so hard. Aaron Fornals for me. Spencer Neal, and that is the end of the game. That is full time. 98 minutes and 10 seconds played at the end of the game, and it has finished at the London Olympic Stadium. The final score, West Ham United 1, Lyon 1. The Hammers reduced to 10 men in added on time at the end of the first half. Aaron Cresswell dismissed. Controversial one. That the debate will rage, I'm sure, long into the night and onto tomorrow, and possibly even further about that one. But up against it, a man down for the entire second half. It was West Ham who took the lead. Jared Bowen, out of nothing really. It was a defensive error by Lyon, gave the ball away, and Bowen scoring in 7 minutes into the second half to give West Ham a priceless lead. It was one they unfortunately couldn't hold on to for very long, however, and Ndombele equalised for Lyon on 66 minutes, low cross on the right-hand side. Alphonse Areola perhaps could have done better with it. The ball fell into the path of the Lyon player who just stroked the ball into the back of the net from 4 yards. And that was enough. There were to be no more goals. The final match stats for you, however. West Ham 28% possession. Lyon 72%. West Ham 5 shots at goal, 3 on target. Lyon 22 shots, only 4 of which were on target. Tells a tale in itself, doesn't it? 3 corners for West Ham, 2 for Lyon. West Ham committing 11 fouls. Lyon 6. Let's have your immediate post-match thoughts, ladies and gentlemen, in the live chat. Let us know what you think. Try to refrain from swearing if you can, so we avoid the YouTube censors. And as I said, hopefully Gnome and or Pink Palermo will be joining us very, very shortly to offer their verdicts on what we've seen tonight at the London Olympic Stadium. That's better. Let's have a little look at some of your comments. AD Star saying it was all about the referee. That one, Steve Page. Hi, Steve. Good to see you. That says that'll do. Level at half time. All to play for in 7 days. Aaron adding to have the game taken out of your hands like that is disappointing, but we did what we could. And Rob saying if it was going to be a draw, I would have preferred 0-0, but I think we will edge past them over there. Of course, the away goals rule not in effect this year, so scoreline pretty immaterial at the end of the day, isn't it, this year? Aaron, a bunch of cheats that Lyon are. And Andy Welsh saying that I think with a proper referee, we can win the return match. We have more character. Hobo saying it's a fantastic effort from the boys against some of the worst cheating I've seen for a long time. And I know that young man who's just posted underneath you. How you doing, son? Good to see you. Hope you enjoyed the game. Hope you will. I'll see you in the morning, buddy. Leonard Brooks says, so proud of our boys. It must be hard getting a result against cheats and incompetent or bent ref. And Aaron saying that until refs start giving yellows for simulation like they're supposed to, it's the only way to get cheating out of our game. Lots more comment coming up from some of our fellow West Ham fans who have been posting on the KUMB.com match thread over on the general discussion forum. I do hope that later on in the evening you will join us over there on the KUMB forum for some long into the night post-match debate. Let's have a quick look at what's been said on the match thread. Kit the Car saying the worst thing is we're having to play these cheating shysters at their place. And I'm not looking forward to that at all, considering how bright they started in the second half with 10 men against them and the poor officials. We did well. WC Pete saying, I didn't enjoy a single second of this game, but God damn it, we showed big brass cojones this second half. Lanzini back next week. Hopefully not a literal criminal for a ref. we're winning this tie. And Johnny Burns Boot saying, if all it takes is €300, how come we didn't win? A little reference to the amount that our German referee was censured for taking all those years ago in 2006. Tenors on the live chat on YouTube saying, we'll turn those tossers over at their place. And Moby Dawson, what a legend. Let us know who you had down as your man of the match tonight. And of course, yes, Andy rightly pointing out another bonus this evening. Declan Rice didn't get a yellow card, so he's perfectly fine to play in the second leg in France 7 days from now. One player who won't be playing, of course, is Aaron Cresswell, who was dismissed tonight. Not quite sure what to make of that. I'll have to have another look, but on the face of it, it looked like a very, very harsh decision, didn't it? It didn't look like there was much contact. The player felt the touch and decided that was enough to hurl himself to the ground, and it's disappointing, I think, for not just the referee, who probably didn't have the greatest of views, but the linesman. Again, you'd have to look and check, but you'd have to assume that the linesman is perfectly in line with that and can see the extent of the challenge by Cresswell, and it clearly isn't enough to send a player, a big burly 6'2" athlete, to the ground in those circumstances, and you just wonder why it's been given. But there you go. It has been given now, and I'm sure David Moyes will have a few words to say about that. Of course, you can catch up on Moyes' thoughts on KUMB later on this evening once the stream is finished, and I get away to write some copy for the site. Moyes, of course, will be speaking his post-match press conference after the game, and as I say, I get the feeling he'll be absolutely furious at what's gone on tonight. No, I shall send it to you in just a second. Bear with me. Of course, I haven't put it on the WhatsApp group. I'm putting it on right now. There you go. There it is. Join us when you can. Noam about to join us, and I'm sure he'll have a few choice words to say about tonight's match official and what he's seen there. Steve asking, are yellows wiped out after the quarters? I'd hate for us to go into the semi with Declan 1 card away from missing the final. Yes, Steve, that is the case. All yellow cards are wiped out after the quarterfinals, all refreshed, and everyone starts from a clean slate for the semi-finals. Not so, I don't believe, after the semi-finals. I think that carries on. But of course, if you get 2, you're going to be sent off anyway, aren't you? So it shouldn't really matter. Aaron asked, talking about the booking, the sending off, sorry, for Cresswell, saying, I don't think it will be overturned as Cresswell's given the referee something to think about. I think, Aaron, you're absolutely right. I can't see any way that would be overturned at all. I think it's one we're just going to have to swallow and take on the chin. Who's your man? Who's going to replace Cresswell who would you like to see in there in the second leg? Arthur Masuaku, maybe? Ben Johnson, again, suffered a bit of a torrid time, didn't he, in the second half tonight up there, under constant pressure from Lyon and eventually God from his side. But we'll find out in due course. Just let us know on the live stream if you'd like to see join us. Nomi's joining us on the stream now. Not particularly happy looking Gnome, it seems, but let's see what he's got to say. The Pink Palermo also joining us. I've just popped Pinky on mute for a second, while we get Gnome's thoughts, and I'll come to Pinky for his view on what we've seen tonight. Gnome, West Ham United 1, Olympique Lyonnais 1, and I'm pretty certain I know where you're going to start with this one.
Predictable as ever, right? That was one of the most disgusting refereeing performances I've seen from a referee not called Mike Dean. It was just bent. It really was.
Okay.
You know, you'd see a Lyon player would go down, with somebody 3 feet away from it and get a free kick. You'd see Bowen getting kicked up in the air, nothing.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what I did notice. Final whistle.
Yeah.
And the linesman at this end sort of looked across, and you have a look. He went straight down the tunnel. He was just so disgusted with it. When they all went out to the middle, there's only one ref and one linesman.
That's interesting. That is interesting because normally they congregate as they did at half time, don't they? And then face the
Yeah.
Fury. That's very interesting. Did you? I mean, I've not seen it on TV, but did you notice whether or not the linesman flagged for any infringement for the sending off? All right, looks like we've momentarily lost Noam, so I shall switch over to our other member of the team who's been watching the game live there at the London Olympic Stadium tonight. It looks like he's in the comfort of the executive lounges there. Doesn't look particularly happy, though. Pinky, good to see you, buddy. Hope you're well. What are your immediate thoughts on what you've just seen?
I thought a heroic second half, really good action by our team. Go down to 10 men. And, good old Moisey. He's got them 2 solid banks of 4 with Antonio's the out ball. Common are going to make those straightaways on the pitch invaders. If there are lads, there's a time and a place. And when you're on the attack, you're down to 10 men. The second half for the game in Europe you're trying to win, that is neither the time nor the place. And
did you have any idea where what end they were from? Because we were debating that on the stream, and we were saying if it's a West Ham fan, it's absolutely ridiculous. Because as you said, we were in a really good position. We were countering there and looking to have a shot, but it was madness.
Certainly, the second one entered the field of play from the home end, so to speak. But you never know in this stadium where people are sitting and where they get tickets and so forth. So, I would hold fire before I categorically state it was one of ours. But
right,
what I can say is, as they're being escorted away from the pitch, the Bobby Moore lower absolutely gave them pelters. I mean, they had the world of his wife chucked on for about a minute as they're walking past it. Utter idiocy. But there you go. You've got to say, tonight I thought we had some outstanding performance there tonight, particularly the second half. But in the first half performance, Mickey Antonio, how good was he in that first half?
Yeah,
he was absolutely awesome. And again, throughout the 90, a really powerful display by him. And a number of did well. Dawson again, the £3 million man.
Outstanding, wasn't it, Dawson? Yeah.
Yeah. So overall, I'm disappointed with not one tonight. Lyon are no mugs, but I thought we'd done just about enough to beat them tonight. It wasn't to be, but you know what? What a cracking night we're going to have in Lyon next Thursday night. Because, dare I say it, if they're streaming in on our goal, they look like they're going to score on the pitch.
Yeah. Yeah, well, let's hope so. I mean, it's certainly set up, isn't it, for an incredible second leg next week. Naomi's back with us now. Good and glad to see. Pinky was talking about the pitch invader there. No, we were hoping it was a Lyon fan, but it was an odd one. It was twice it happened, wasn't it, tonight? Unusually.
The first one was from behind Ariela's goal in the second half.
Yeah.
And the Lyon contingent were all in the upper tier.
Yeah.
So, I sort of caught a bit of Pinky. I could hear but couldn't see. But if we don't know who was sitting where, of course. But first one was certainly from the lower tier from behind the goal. The other one was from up the other end.
Yeah.
And I mean, that was just stupid. Had them under pressure. And what do? Stop it. And of course, even though you get the ball back, there's somebody 2 foot away from you when the ball's dropped.
Yeah, the momentum clearly gone. We were in such a good position then, weren't we? It was a real shame.
Yeah.
I mean, let's have a quick look back. I mean, we've touched on the. I'll come to Pinky in just a second, but let's look at West Ham's goal. It kind of came out of nothing. I mean, I don't know if you guys saw it all, but I mean, I missed it. I was looking at another screen and turned round, and Bowen was about to shoot. It sort of came out of nothing. Preview Percy mentioned that Callum, our podcaster, had mentioned how frail Lyon were defensively at times, and that was a really perfect example, wasn't it?
Brilliant, wasn't it? Yeah, Boateng made a complete hash of it.
Yeah.
And good. and Bowen was, to coin the phrase, it was on fire. And yeah, he sort of definitely sort of picked up on that loose ball. You know, took a deflection. If it hadn't taken that deflection, it might well have been saved by the keeper. But the little deflection took it over him as the keeper dived. And yeah, at that point, you felt there was a little bit of restoration of justice.
Yes.
You know, so you know, but well, you know, obviously it didn't last. But you know, in a way, I think that performance was under the cosh every bit as good as in a different way as the game against Sevilla. You know, we're going over there now with a level score.
Yep.
Which at half time with 10 men, you know, it's not a bet you put an awful lot of money on.
No,
And,
absolutely
you know,
right. Absolutely right.
Well, with 11 against 11, you know, I thought we were the better side. We had the better chances.
Sure.
And you know, you got to feel gutted for Cresswell.
Yeah.
You know, getting sent off for that.
Yeah.
But
it's I'm just having a quick look at, while we're talking, I've just got Twitter in one corner of my own. I'm just seeing a shed load of retweets going through after the final whistle for the KUMB story we published earlier in the day, saying that the band referee was officiating the quarter final. It's amazing the amount of retweets that story's now getting. Pinky, let me come to you now quickly. Just talk about the equaliser. I mean, you know, it was a fantastic response by West Ham to you know, going down to 10 men, but unfortunately we couldn't stay ahead for too long. It was about 14 minutes or so before they equalised. Don't know how good your view of the incident was, but there were some thoughts that perhaps Alphonse Areola could have done a little bit better. Maybe didn't quite get a strong enough hand on the cross when it came in.
No, I think that's harsh. I mean, ultimately, when you're playing this calibre of opposition and you're down to 10 men for the best part of an hour, you know, it tells. And, you know, the players were clearly following the manager's instructions to a T. 2 solid banks of 4, an out ball. We were very, very narrow, you know, at that point. And they kept working, you know, the overload down our left-hand side, time after time. You know, they were always going to get a chance. They got one chance, they took it. But I've got to be honest with you, if that's all they've got, you know, is a dodgy sending off from a demonstrably unproven dodgy ref, because unforgiven. I mean, what are you UEFA thinking? What are you UEFA thinking? You know, appointing a ref for a quarter final of your Europa Cup that's been banned previously for corruption, essentially. You know, it's
well, I mean, the point is, he's actually a member of their elite list now, isn't he? So obviously someone there rates him, even though he's got that history.
Yeah, I mean, there's another rumour doing the round. He's a second cousin of Mike Dean, but I'm not sure we're in a position to confirm that yet. But you know, you get my drift.
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
I know Noam's got this thing about match officiating in our country being, should we say, not as good as it could be. But it's, you know, it's just a bit of an insight we've seen there into some, you know, of the stark reality of foreign refs. But I just want to touch on Antonio making a brilliant decision this evening.
Right,
62nd minute, ball chucked across the box. I think it was Fornals or Bowen that played the ball across the box.
Yes.
Antonio, absolute full tilt. Yeah. 2 schools of thought. One, he pulls back because he doesn't fancy the challenge. The other one is he knows for certain, and I've got to credit my good mate Fat Tony with this one. He knows for certain if he makes serious contact with the keeper, he's going off. And let's just credit our player with a bit of intelligence there, whereby, do you know what? Yeah, he might have got more on it and scored a goal, but there's a much bigger chance in clattered the keeper, and we'd have been down to 9 men. So well played, Mickey, there. Good decision making.
There was also a suggestion that had he won the ball and gone over the keeper, that the referee might possibly have looked to even up the earlier decision. But of course, it's all speculation now. We'll never actually know. But it was certainly, it's one of those. You could see the crowd. There was lots of people doing this. Oh, how did he miss it? But yeah, it was that's Antonio. It was a typical Antonio performance tonight, wasn't it? Absolutely fantastic at times and mystifying at others. But so tired, wasn't he?
I'm not having that. I thought it was fantastic tonight.
Yeah,
I'm genuinely, that's a 9.5 out of 10 performance for Antonio tonight. Yeah. He carried the team. There was 3 or 4 really subtle headers whereby, long ball from the back, and Antonio carefully directing his headers to put players into space. Yeah, it could have been, somebody like an Alan Shearer, that kind of caliber of display, or Drogba, dare I say it.
Yeah,
he was awesome tonight, Antonio, and probably the best I've seen him play for us. That's an absolutely outstanding performance by him tonight. Outstanding.
Okay, well, I'm going to give you a break, my friend, because I can hear your voice cracking up. You've clearly been shouting a lot tonight. Get a bit of the golden nectar down your gullet while I go to Nome briefly. So 1-1. Nome, it's it's a big task now in France next week, but certainly, as history has shown time and time again, certainly not an insurmountable one. I mentioned during the live stream how we went to Metz, didn't we? And it was an even worse position. We were behind on that occasion and still managed to come through. How confident are you? I mean, Pinky said he hasn't seen that much to be worried by from Lyon. How do you see it next week? Are you confident still? Or, of course, we'll have 11 men then. Hopefully, we'll be better positioned to give them a game.
I mean, that's not what we particularly worried about. I mean, we 10 against 11. Least as good as that. And well, I think the question is, will they have 12? I mean, today it just reminded me of going back to the late 60s, early 70s, where the referees with the monster.
I'm having real trouble hearing you, buddy. Sorry, you're dipping in and out.
Yeah, I'll get a bit closer.
That's better.
Just remind me of the face as well. But it might be the late 60s. When Leeds had that European Cup final.
Yes.
It just reminded me, it got towards the end, but it was at the 12 throw. And it was, well, I know I should do it the other way. It was just every single thing.
Yeah. Okay.
So, I mean, we'll get different official next week. But that gives you the same by twice running. I hope I never see that place again.
All right. Well, I'm just going to cut in there for a sec, Nome, because we're having real difficulty hearing you right now. So it's a lovely view of the top of your head, though, my friend. It's
my best view, yeah.
That's better. Nice to see you've combed your hair tonight. Anyway, Pinky, let me ask you the same question, if I may. I'll come back to you in a minute, Nome. All right. How confidently? I mean, of course, you're going to be out there representing KUMB and the West Ham fan base next week. How confident are you that we're going to be celebrating another famous victory this time next week?
I'm pretty confident. I mean, I think when we're good, we're very good, and when we're bad, actually, we're not that bad.
Yeah.
Because I've just got a feeling this Lyon team. I think if you can get an early goal, I think they're the sort of team that might just say, "Ooh la la," roll over and just give you 2 or 3. I didn't detect an awful lot of heart or desire in their team because, your opposition's a man down, away in Europe. You have got to go for the jugular. And I don't think they did that well enough tonight.
Were you surprised with their tactics in the second half? I mean, there was a lot of trying to pick a pass and then, I mean, you look at the stats, they had 22 shots at goal and they only had 4 on target. The first shot they held on target was their goal. prior to that, they had something like 15 shots without hitting the target. Are you surprised at how profligate they were?
Yeah, I mean, David Moyes has set us up as two solid banks of four, 3 or 4 yards apart. And, were I the Lyon coach, I'd have actually given the ball to West Ham a bit, just played a little bit in front and tried to tease us out to create a bit more space, and actually all the way through to let us have the ball for a while. Because, and then hit us on the break. A team like ours, once you're actually in a good defensive shape, very difficult to break down. And I thought, a touch of naivety in Lyon's play there. But, we go over there next week, and I don't see very much to fear, other than, dare I say it, if we run out of bodies. That's our biggest problem. Cresswell, I'm assuming, is banned for next week. Unless it gets overturned somehow, I can't see that. No. Will Lanzini be back? That's an option, because I felt tonight, dare I say it, Ben Rama was our out ball for the whole of the first half. He was fed pass after pass, and time after time the move broke down at his feet. And, if the manager had other options, never mind having to make the change at half time because he's sending off, he may well have hooked Benny anyway, because we weren't getting very much out of him, and so for my money, if we've got the players available, barring Cresswell, I think we've got every chance of going through. Won't be easy. Won't be easy, but you never know. I mean, let's not forget tonight, we were a man down when we scored.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, of course. I mean, interestingly, looking at the other sides, I don't know if you've seen the results from elsewhere tonight, but 3 out of the 4 games have finished 1-1. Eintracht held by Barcelona. Barcelona were leading at that game. Atalanta and Leipzig also finished 1-1. The only team to win tonight were Braga, who only beat Rangers 1-0. So, I mean, all 4 of the ties are really up for grabs, aren't they, next week? It's going to be an exciting night.
Yeah, absolutely. And for entirely selfish personal reasons, well done, Braga. Case of beer on the way to your team, lads. But no, I mean, you should be having close games at the stage of a European competition. I was full of bravado before kick-off, giving it 5-0 to West Ham. But, dare I say, you need a bent ref to beat someone 5-0 at this stage of the competition. And there's no sign of that tonight, was there? Much. I mean, the ref had an absolute shocker this evening. He was utterly appalling, and dare I say it, UEFA really need to have a long, hard look at that, because the 60,000 people paid their hard dollar to come along tonight to see a competitive game of football, and blowing up when there was no head injury. 3 times he stopped the game because Lyon players were rolling around on the floor. And it's kind of like, I thought we got rid of all that 20 years ago. It's so disappointing.
It was, wasn't it? It's happening from the word go as well. Well, I suspect Nomi's probably chomping at the bit to have another say about the referee tonight before we do wrap up. But it's that's a couple of dodgy referees we've had in a row. I mean, it was Mr. Turpin, wasn't it, in the last leg? And he wasn't particularly good against Sevilla, was he either?
No, it's, as I say, I mean, I don't think we're quite back to the 60s and 70s where there was this inbuilt, firstly, there was an inbuilt bias against English clubs within UEFA and within the refereeing sector. Secondly, referees were bought left, right, and centre by principally Italian teams were quite good at it, but no, that just simply wasn't good enough today. It was, every single mistake he made went against us. That's suspicious. I mean, normally referees are bad; they're just bad. But you'd see like Dembele. I mean,
Yeah. The other thing is, I don't, you probably wouldn't have noticed it, no, at the game, but he gave the referee a little wink after Cresswell was sent off. It was kind of shades of Ronaldo all those years ago.
Ronaldo,
yeah. Let's well, look.
Yeah, see, you get that, but yeah, go on.
No, it's okay. Go on, carry on. I was just going to say, I don't want to.
Well, no, I was just going to say.
Go on.
Yeah, but you'd see, like, seconds later, you'd see Bowen sort of kicked up in the air and get nothing, and you just think, well, you know it's bent when that happens. You know, it just was just so obvious that there's something wrong there. And as I say, that one linesman wanted no part of it and went straight down the tunnel after.
That's really interesting. I'll have a look at that again when we see the replay. And of course, talking about dodgy decisions, that I mean, the yellow card against Bowen at the end was crazy, wasn't it? I mean, he didn't even touch the guy. I mean, I have no idea what that was for.
I mean, we're up the other end, but we're up the other end, but I think you can see daylight from there.
It's madness. Anyway. I'm not going to keep you gentlemen for too much longer. We're going to wrap up fairly soon, as I'm going to go and publish some content while you guys get yourself off home. So we're going to wrap up very quickly by looking ahead to this weekend. Back to the Premier League. It's Brentford. Of course, we didn't have the best of times against them at the London Olympic Stadium earlier in the season. Chance to redeem ourselves here, though. Noam, how do you see this one going on? Is it Sunday? Sunday, it must be Sunday. Of course, it's Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday. Yeah, Brentford were a little bit like Lyon when they came to our place. They were the masters of throwing themselves to the floor and every time something, making it look like there's a serious injury, getting replaced and getting up, and and that was a bit like Lyon. Had a good result last week, which will really sort of keep them G'd up. But I think that was a good result tonight under the circumstances. And we'll have 11 because Cresswell won't be suspended because that's So I think we'll do them. It might be close, but I think we'll do them. We owe them one, and I think one or two people might remember we owe them one.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, all right, lovely. Pinky, you'll be at the game this weekend down at the Brentford Community Stadium?
Yeah, I'll wander along. Yeah. I mean, the team is broadly going to pick itself. I think probably 9 of the 11 starting positions will, just fill in as normal. I'm not, I don't think we'll ever find out whether or not the manager would rather rest players because he simply can't because he doesn't have any options. So he'll pick what he's got. We might get lucky if Brentford Field have got just about enough. It depends how Saturday's results go. We might, if we get lucky, see them take their foot off the gas a little bit.
Yeah.
And if they do, then we can turn them over. But truth be told, I like to think I'm consistent. A point away from home is never a bad result in the Premier League. And if you get a point on Sunday, I'd settle for that. A win would be a bonus, but the main thing on Sunday, no injuries. Yeah, you just can't afford to lose any more players. And a nice little trip out for our lot. I mean, we played in pre-season. It's probably part of the Ben Rama deal. Who knows? I'd like to think another part of the Ben Rama deal will go there and beat them 3-0, something like that. We'll see.
Be nice, wouldn't it? Be nice. Well, of course, I mean, they're sitting pretty safe now with 33 points from 31 games. You kind of get the feeling that one more win for them will be sufficient to see them remain in the Premier League. So hopefully, as you say there, they will indeed take their foot off the gas and we can carry on with our charge at the Premier League table. I'm going to let you gentlemen go. We're going to call it a day there. It's been a long night. Thank you to Pinky and Noam for joining me after the game. I really appreciate you coming on and sharing your thoughts, gentlemen, on what you've seen this evening. We'll pick up again at the weekend, of course, when the Hammers travel to Brentford for the game. Just like to thank everybody for joining me on the live stream tonight. It's been an interesting experiment, flying solo for the first time tonight, but I think we kind of got through it unscathed.
Not easy, is it?
It's not easy. No, it's not. But it was it was good fun nonetheless. And at least we had a goal to celebrate anyway. So thank you to everyone for joining us on the stream. We're all off to the KUMB.com forum match thread to moan about the referee and talk about how rubbish he was. Hopefully we'll see you all there. It's off to Brentwood at the weekend, and we'll see you all again. Until then, take care of yourselves, have fun, be good, behave yourselves. And come on, you Irons.